Coming up now is Inspector Fawkes in a play by Caroline Gorn called Fraud. A daring, immoral female crook pits her wits against a top policeman stuck in an unhappy marriage. Romantic intrigue is inevitable.
Fraud by Caroline Gorn.
So, gentlemen, this will be the central exhibiting space of the gallery. We will show a broad mix of painting, video installation, and sculpture. I'm delighted to say we already have a waiting list of leading British artists who are keen to exhibit in our space. The oak floorboards will be stripped and polished and the brickwork cleaned. If you look in the far right corner, you can see our glazier restoring the original warehouse windows. As I mentioned to Mr. Rodriguez, our computer and internet facilities will be housed on the second floor. Behind you, we are building an atrium through which the restaurant and bar can be accessed.
So the major new build is the restaurant?
That's right, Mr. Cooper. We believe a good meal helps to digest the art. I refer you to our brochure. We are planning 200 covers at lunch and dinner. When the word gets out that we've poached the head chef from Vicelli's, we'll have the most sought-after tables in London.
Vicelli's? Well, I bet he didn't come cheap.
He didn't, and worth every penny. But don't take my word for it. He's trying out new dishes for the restaurant now. Please, gentlemen, go into the kitchen and be Ernesto's guinea pig. I promise you won't be disappointed.
There's just one area you have not covered, Miss Mallory. The cost.
I thought you might rather discuss that on a full stomach, but as you've raised the subject, the costs are laid out in all sorts of clever ways in our finance document, but there is no disguising the overall figure of $4 million.
Dollars?
Pounds. Now for the geography. In the last financial year, Bermondsey enjoyed higher growth in property values than Mayfair. Now forget the Tate, Butler's Wharf, the Globe, the Millennium Bridge. All that is irrelevant compared to the X Factor.
What is this X Factor?
My point exactly. Nobody knows what it is. It's in the ether. All the relevant factors come together to make a place hot, and right now, Bermondsey is as hot as it gets. Gentlemen, look through our main window at the smart building opposite. 18 months ago, that was derelict, in far worse repair than our building. The original 8 investors made $1 million.
Now you're talking.
$1 million each, Mr. Rodriguez.
Each?
And all the prices have rocketed since then. Gentlemen, we are asking for a high initial investment, but we know what kind of return you can expect. We would rather you kept Blythe Gallery a confidential matter. We don't want every tin pot speculator bothering us. We are offering this to you and you alone. We've done our homework. We know that all of you have the capital and the intuition to snap up a good deal. Now, please, no more business until you've eaten. This way. Oh, this jerk. Mr. Cooper, what can I do for you?
Shouldn't it be, what can I do for you?
You tell me.
I thought I left my case in here, but it must be in the car.
Oh, please, I'll get one of the staff to look for it.
No, it's fine. I remember now. I definitely left it in the trunk. Please, I'm sorry. I'm such a jerk.
Nonsense. It's easily done.
Aren't you joining us for lunch?
Unfortunately not. I've got calls to make. But I'll be seeing you all this afternoon.
Yeah, us all is the problem. I won't get another chance to speak to you alone. You're good, Miss Mallory. Almost too good.
I'll take that as a compliment.
Here it is. I want a 90% stake in your project or nothing. You'll have to shake off the others. What do you say?
That's a lot of money, Mr. Cooper.
I've got a lot of money.
I'll need to make some inquiries.
Oh, I'm good for the money. Check wherever you like. You'll find me well represented.
My personal assistant is Jennifer Stevens. This is her direct line. Ring her after 7 this evening.
So we're on?
I'll see what I can do. Now, my clients will be wondering where you've got to. I'll see you after lunch, Mr. Cooper.
It's Jack. And your name is?
Jean.
Good to meet you, Jean.
Miss Mallory,
I've got a message for you. The gentleman said it was urgent.
Thank you. This is rather cloak and dagger, Mr. Rodriguez.
I wonder if you are to be trusted, Miss Mallory.
That's not for me to say.
I'm not so sure. But I have no choice. I would like to be the major shareholder in your gallery. You hesitate. Perhaps it is you who does not trust me.
No, I assure you.
My suggestion amuses you?
No, I'm sorry.
I am proposing a 90% stake in line with our European rules on company ownership and shareholding. Does that strike you as funny, Miss Mallory?
Forgive me, Mr. Rodriguez. I'm just relieved. When I got the note, I assumed you wanted to pull out. The loss of such a valued and respected client would not reflect well on Blythe Gallery, nor on me.
Well, now that any misunderstanding is cleared up, what do you say?
My personal assistant is Jennifer Stevens. This is her direct number. Ring after 7 this evening.
Thank you.
And now we must return to the rest of the group.
Of course, you must. You'll forgive me if I slip away. Goodbye, Miss Mallory.
Goodbye, Mr. Rodriguez.
Good afternoon, Lomax Peters. Can I help you? I'm just going to put you on hold for a moment. Good afternoon, Freiburg International. Could you hold, please? I'm sorry about that. I'm afraid Miss Mallory's out of the office at the moment. Could I take a message? I'll tell her goodbye. So sorry to keep you waiting. I'm afraid Miss Taylor's away on a conference. I'm sorry, sir, but we don't expect her back until Monday. Naturally, her assistant is accompanying her, yes. Please don't use that kind of language. I won't pass that on, but I will tell Miss Taylor to ring you. Thank you. Goodbye. Tool. Good afternoon, Freiburg International. I'm afraid Miss Taylor's away on leave. I'm just putting you on hold for a moment. Good afternoon, Hedra and Owen. Could you hold, please? So sorry to keep you. No, I'm afraid Miss Taylor is the only director who can advise on that project. We expect her back on Monday. So sorry, goodbye. Sorry to keep you. No, this is Hedra and Owen. You must have the wrong number, madam. I've never heard of Heathcote International. Pleasure, goodbye. Good afternoon, Freiburg International. Can I help you? Miss Taylor is away at a conference. I'm sorry, madam, I don't know what else to suggest. I'll pass on the message. Goodbye.
Put them on answer phone.
That'll be a relief.
Set up a new company, Blythe Gallery. I've done the telecom startup. You'll get a call from an American called Jack Cooper and a Spaniard, Mr. Rodriguez. Accept both their propositions. Let me know when the money is cleared.
Okie dokie.
Also, hire a suite at the Grosvenor for 1 hour tomorrow evening. Invite Cooper. Tell him it's about the gallery and that I have another idea I'd like to discuss.
Under what name?
Mallory.
Hold on a moment.
What is it?
Freiburg is too hot.
I'll be the judge of that.
Oh, suit yourself.
I normally do. Is that it?
A woman rang, asking for Heathcote International.
How the hell did that happen?
How the hell should I know? You insist on doing the phones.
Ring Barry, get him to check it. And if Freiburg goes off, we'll have to relocate.
Relocate? You mean leave this dump and find another one?
Just start looking.
Still in Peckham?
Yes.
I warned you we could only manage 2 setups at once.
I don't hear you complaining at payday.
Come again soon.
Okay, the company is called Heathcote International. It's not registered at Companies House with the Inland Revenue or any other agency that we can find. Now, international is for effect. Their trading is limited to the UK.
Excuse me, sir, but doesn't this look a bit small fry for us? Why can't someone else deal with it? Sir?
Because, D.S. Williams, the Chief Inspector has passed it to us. He rarely gets it wrong, and if he thinks this is bigger than it looks, it most likely is. Besides, it's orders. Got it?
Sir?
Sorry, sir.
Yeah, so you should be. All mobiles off for the next 10 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, except mine. DI Fawkes? Yes.
You did? Yes.
Yeah, I know the one off the old Kent Road. 1 o'clock. Okay, bye. Okay, attention please. Heathcote International is a bogus company set up to manage a group of British jewellery designers, all of whom are young, bona fide, and have been taken for everything they had.
Oh, there.
Typically, Heathcote arranges a selling opportunity. This might be a jewellery fair, a meet and greet dinner with the designers, or a gallery exhibition of their work. Heathcote's presentation is excellent, the guest list hand-picked and affluent, and the sales figures high. The designers pay a one-off joining fee, which covers the setup costs for these occasions. In addition, they give 10% of goods sold to the company. All transactions go through one Kate Cook, Heathcote's managing agent. The profits on the initial sales are huge and paid in cash, allowing both sides to dodge the revenue. The designers are delighted, who wouldn't be? In the months that follow, the picture changes. The sales remain high, but Heathcote are no longer passing on the profits. And then overnight, Heathcote vanishes. The P.O. box is cancelled, the phone line's disconnected, and Kate Cook disappears. All gone without a trace. Any contact names completely bogus. The jewellery designers have a meeting. A bit late in the day, they realise that none of them visited Heathcote's offices, met a member of staff, or had any direct contact except through Cook. They come to us. It arrives on my desk last night.
Where do we start?
We find Kate Cook. Right, I want you all to read the notes. We need to build a picture of Cook and any possible associates. Look at the list of designers, see if there are any connections. We'll meet here at 2. Any questions? Good. A word, please, Williams.
Yes, Gov?
If you do that again, you're off my team.
Don't know what you're on about.
Well, I'll spell it out to you. Don't question my authority or undermine me in front of my team. I'm watching you, is that clear?
Yes, Gov.
And drop this gov nonsense, you're not in the Sweeney.
Yes, sir.
Right, now get on with your job.
Sir. Sir.
What will you have?
Scotch on the rocks.
Would you like to listen to some music?
Sure. Hey, how'd you know I like jazz?
Just a lucky guess.
That I don't believe. You always do your homework. It's a nice place you got here.
It's not exactly mine. Here.
Thank you. That's, Hyde Park, right?
Yes.
I'd like to propose a toast. To you, Jean Mallory, and to our new venture, Blythe Gallery.
I'll drink to that.
So, your assistant, Jennifer, tells me you had some other idea for me.
I regret mentioning that. On reflection, I don't think it's wise to discuss it.
Hey, you can't do that. Spill the beans.
Please, I'd rather not.
Oh, I get it. You've cut a deal with some other guy.
No, not at all. I just don't think it'll grab you.
Try me.
All right, if you insist. 6 months ago, I bought a horse, a steeplechaser called Kilcaddy. He's been entered in 10 races. He's won every one.
That's some record.
Don't laugh. I think he's my lucky charm. I love horses. I enjoy the race meetings and I want to expand. I'm looking for investors, but I'm hesitant until I know more about the business. I'd been to a meeting yesterday and let my enthusiasm run away with me.
Horses are a risky game. But, Jean, I trust you. And I like you. Count me in.
Thank you.
Now, I'll fix us another drink and we'll toast Kilcaddy. I'd love to see him. You make me your sole investor. I'll lay down whatever cash you need.
Oh, Jack. I couldn't possibly ask you to do that. It's too uncertain.
Sometimes you gotta take the risk. But I don't like sharing my investments. And I don't want to share you.
Jack, we are only talking about the horse here.
Lighten up. I'm just flirting in the pathetic hope it might get me somewhere.
Oh. I'm sorry, Jack. I have to take this call.
Is it your husband?
No. Excuse me. Hello. Mr. Rodriguez, I'm so sorry not to return your call earlier. I've been extremely... No, please don't take it as a disinterest. It's been impossible to ring you. Well, will you allow me to make amends by taking you to lunch tomorrow? Thank you. I'll book a table for 1:30 at the Savoy. I look forward to seeing you then. Goodbye.
So it was your husband.
No, I'm not married.
Boyfriend.
No.
Girlfriend?
No.
How can a woman like you be single?
Perhaps I want to be.
I don't buy it. Aren't you going to ask about Mrs. Cooper?
How is Mrs. Cooper?
Dead for all I care. She walked out 5 years ago.
I'm sorry.
Don't be, I'm not. So, can we go see Kilcaddy this week?
I'll get Jennifer to arrange it. We'll have a day at the races.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Now, where would you like to go? Dinner, Ronnie Scott's, a movie?
Jazz would be great.
Oh, if we hurry, we'll catch the first set.
Sounds good to me.
Do you want some pudding?
No, thanks.
I'll clear these away then.
No, you cooked it. Let me clear it up.
It's fine, I'll do it.
Well, I'll stack the dishwasher.
No, I'll do it.
Fine, whatever you say.
Did you switch the telly off?
Yeah, there's nothing on but coppers.
Well, I want to watch something.
What?
Anything.
Well, I thought we might try to have a conversation for once.
What about?
Well, what have you done today?
Since when were you interested in what I do?
No, seriously, have you been out? Have you watched TV? Did you go to the gym? I'd like to know.
Well, this morning I went to the shops. I came home, I made lunch, I ate it. This afternoon I went to the shops. I came home, I made supper, I ate it. Satisfied?
Sounds like a pretty good day to me.
Yeah, right.
Well, it beats working.
Oh, you're not going to start on about me getting a job.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Anyway, since when did you complain about your work? You love your job.
No, it's just this new DS I've had dumped on me.
Shane Williams?
Yeah. How'd you know his name?
Well, you introduced him on Friday when I picked you up, remember?
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm amazed you remember him. You're usually not interested.
He seemed like a nice bloke, that's all.
Yeah, but he's not. So aren't you going to ask me about my day?
How was your day?
Oh, forget it.
All right.
This is ridiculous, Diana. Look, talk to me, please.
So, what about this new DS Williams?
He's been chucked out of 2 nicks already. He seems like he's got a screw loose. Frankly, he's turning into a liability.
You're good at sorting out your lads.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about this one.
Talk to the chief.
Well, that's another thing. They go back a long way, apparently.
Says who?
Williams.
Perhaps he's lying.
We'd be an idiot to lie about a thing like that.
Well, I don't know what to say.
I started a new case. A jewellery scam set up by a woman.
Oh, yeah?
Well, it's more than just jewellery. She's got a stack of false companies on the go.
Isn't it unusual to have a woman to catch?
Well, to have one running the show, yeah, it's virtually unheard of.
What's she like?
Well, give us a chance. I only picked the case up this morning.
Well, you must have a profile on her.
What did policemen do before profiling came along?
What's she like?
She's highly educated, has won awards for her business practice, is wealthy, desirable, reputedly.
Desirable?
Well, apparently.
You'll probably end up fancying her.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
Why not? There's not much of that going on at home, is
What
there?
a stupid thing to say.
It's true.
Diana, I'm a police officer, a good one. Do you think I'd risk everything for a bit of skirt?
You're only human, but I was hoping you'd say I'm not interested in anyone else.
You know I'm not.
Do I?
Look, I was telling you about a case, talking about my job, not my personal life. If you're going to let your paranoia...
Your job is your personal life. You don't want a life outside your
That's
job.
rubbish, and you know it.
Or maybe you don't want a life with me.
Stop the self-pity act. It doesn't suit you.
Tell me what they said.
Why did you do it, Susan? Why did you act on your own?
Look, I thought you hated cop programmes. Diana!
You
Just for a moment, I thought we were having a conversation.
No, Paul, we were talking about your favourite subjects, you and the job. And you know what? I'd rather watch the telly version. It's a hell of a lot more interesting.
Oh, that's nice. That is really nice. You asked me to talk about it.
Don't worry. It won't happen again.
Oh, what's the point? I'm going to the pub.
Good. Don't bother coming back.
We have an excellent working relationship with Heathcote.
They've held 4 jewellery sales at your gallery?
Campion Gallery is not mine, officer. I merely run it.
Right. Is it 4 sales?
It is.
Do you always deal with Kate Cook?
Always.
Do you like her?
This is an art gallery, not a singles bar. I don't have a view either way.
You were paid properly?
On time and in full. Unusual in this business.
How much?
£2,000, our standard high fee.
2,000 quid just to use this place? Do you throw in free beer?
There is a certain cachet associated with Campion Gallery, Detective Sergeant, not to say beautiful pictures to look at, which provide a conducive atmosphere in which to admire pretty jewellery. Heathcote supplies plenty of champagne, not beer, to ensure that their guests part with plenty of money.
So it's a very satisfactory evening all round.
Absolutely. So you'll forgive me, Detective Sergeant Fawkes, if I ask you what the hell all this is about.
It's Detective Inspector Fawkes, sir. I'm from the fraud squad.
I assure you, all our pictures
I'm not interested in your pictures. You probably won't hear from Kate Cook again, but if you do, let me know.
Of course, Detective Inspector. Been a naughty girl, has she?
Goodbye, sir.
What a charming pair.
What a tosser.
Yeah.
They seem to be above board, though.
I know. Bob, it's Paul. What have you got, mate? Right, we'll keep her there. Now, we're in Fulham. We'll be about 20 minutes. Right, they're just finishing with the last of the jewellery designs.
Anything new?
Nothing. They've all got the same story to tell. I haven't met any of them yet, and, well, I should have. I want to talk to this girl, get a different view on the case.
Right, you are, go. Sorry. Sir?
Yeah, and I stop at that sandwich place on the way. I'm starving.
Your wife not feeding you properly?
Yeah, something like that.
The oak boards will be stripped, the brickwork cleaned, and the original windows restored. I trust you all enjoyed Ernesto's cooking.
Oui.
Good. We are planning to do 200 covers. Gentlemen, you know about the artists, you know about Bermondsey. What you don't know about is the money.
The most important thing.
Absolutely, Mr. Wald. The costs are laid out in all sorts of clever ways in our finance document, but there is no disguising the overall figure of £4 million.
Oh, that's a lot of money, Miss Mallory.
It is, Mr. Wald. But it's nothing compared to the amount of money you will make should you choose to invest. Look through the window at the smart building opposite. 18 months ago, that was derelict. The original investors have made £1 million.
Very nice. $1 million.
Pounds each, Mr. Dupont. We've done our homework. We know you all have the capital and the intuition to snap up a good deal. We would rather Blythe Gallery remained a confidential matter. We don't want every tin-pot property speculator bothering us. We are offering this gem to you and you alone.
Count me in.
Voici.
Good. I'm delighted. Here is my assistant's phone number. She'll get the ball rolling.
Thank you.
Please, wander around the gallery at your leisure. After all, you are now the owners. If you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I have other business to attend to.
Of course.
I look forward to seeing you soon.
It has been a pleasure.
Thank you, Mr. Dupont. And for me.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, gentlemen. Expect a number of new clients to ring. Blythe Gallery's going down a storm. At the moment, split 6 ways. Let me know if any of them wants a bigger stake. The dim American, yeah? That money's for the horse. The horse, Kilkenny, I told you. Of course I did. I am not overstretched. Hang on a bit longer for Freiburg and... Yes, I am sure. What? Why didn't you tell me that in the first place? Did you tell Barry about this Heathcote stuff? Save the message. I'll come in a couple of days. You're getting a bit too big for your boots, Jennifer Stevens.
If we hear anything, we'll be in touch. Oh, well done.
Sorry, sir, but that kind of woman just winds me up.
Really? Do you like women?
What's that supposed to mean?
No, you don't. Or rather, you don't like intelligent women. Why, do they threaten you?
Don't know what you're on about.
Yes, you do. I don't have time to indulge your hang-ups, and I will not tolerate disrespect to potential witnesses. Understood?
Not really, no, sir.
Look, drop the attitude. I know your history, Williams. Do you want to get thrown off another squad? Well, do you?
No, sir.
Good. Now, if you've got a problem with clever women, channel your frustrations into catching Kate Cook. She had that entire group of designers on a string. That's impressive.
Yes, sir.
She's charismatic, plausible, deceitful. She's smart.
Yes, sir.
I am not going to carry dead wood, Williams. If you've got a problem, let's hear it.
All right. I still don't get it. Why are we bothering with this case unless...
Unless what?
Unless you've got a thing about Cook.
A thing? What, you think I fancy a woman I haven't met?
Fancy? You're obsessed with her.
I'm what?
Perhaps it's you's got a problem with clever women.
No, I don't think so. I'm a happily married man. Now, can we return to the real world and start trying to solve this case? What about her name?
A name? She must have an alias, sir.
Oh, I'd say she's got a few of them.
The chief thought we should visit Ken Restle.
Who's he?
Retired DI. Got close to nicking Cook 5 years ago.
You're very pally with the chief.
We go back a long way, sir.
Really? So where does Restle live?
Sevenoaks.
Fine, set up a meeting ASAP.
Yes, sir.
Furlong, it's Greensleeves, followed by Kilkenny, then Lipsfield. Sean Maloney is giving Kilkenny a real push. He's making up the gap. And as they approach the finish, it's neck and neck. Greensleeves and Kilkenny, followed by Lipsfield. It looks as if Kilkenny is inching ahead. There's nothing to choose between them. It's Kilkenny and Greensleeves, followed by Lipsfield and Captain Green, Inverness. And Kilkenny is nosing forward. And as they reach the finishing line, it's Kilkenny. Kilkenny is the winner. What a finish. Kilkenny is the winner. In second place, Greensleeves. Third place.
Let's have a drink to celebrate.
Fourth place, Captain Green.
Champagne?
Thank you. Here's to Kilkenny, Miss Mallory. Our new venture.
Your new venture, Mr. Rodriguez, is all yours.
Yes, I suppose he is. I am only sorry we weren't able to see Kilkenny after his triumph.
Robert insists on getting his horses back home quickly. He's not a great one for celebrations. But I'll settle for a dour trainer who wins.
Quite. I can always visit the stables.
Of course. If you don't mind, I'd like to call the driver once we've eaten. I have an evening engagement in London.
I'm in your hands.
Here's your hotel, sir.
May I take you to dinner this week? By way of a thank you.
You don't have to do that. I don't expect...
But I would like to.
That would be lovely.
Goodbye, Miss Mallory. It's been a pleasure.
Goodbye.
Your day's free trial ends in 10 minutes.
Just drop me around the corner.
Don't worry, love. I won't be doing another job today. I'll take you where you want to go.
Thank you. Fulham Road. The wrong end. Hello? The Spaniard will be calling about Kilkenny. I'm not sure about him. Jennifer, just cool it. No, I decide when we stop, and Freiburg has got some mileage left in it. Blythe going okay? Yep, with the Spaniard. Okay, bye. Hello, Jack. Jean Mallory. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to postpone our dinner date again. I'm just snowed under with work. I'll ring you in a few days. Goodbye. Good riddance, boring Jack.
Hello? Did you put a stop on the money? Good. We shouldn't continue. I'm taking a vacation. I won't be returning to London. Taxi! Heathrow, Terminal 4.
Here it is, sir. May Cottage.
Hallelujah. I thought we'd never find it.
Restall's directions were rubbish.
No, your map reading was rubbish. Ken Restall.
Hello.
Hello, Paul Fawkes, and this is Shane Williams.
Come in, come in. I've been expecting you. I thought you said 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we had a bit of trouble finding you.
Nothing wrong with my directions.
No, sir. You know what us London boys are like in the country.
At least we can pass on the coffee and have a proper drink. Whiskey, lads?
Not for me, no, but please don't let me stop you.
I'll join you, sir.
Call me Ken. Sir makes me nervous. Please, sit down. Thank you. There we are. There you go. So, you're after Kate Cook.
When were you working her case?
I first knew her as Shona Taylor in '88.
You were tracking her since then?
Yes, and I inherited her from my predecessor. You seem surprised.
I am. She can't be that good.
She is. Or I was that bad, which I wasn't.
Yeah, so I've heard.
Who from?
The Chief Inspector.
Oh, David. That's not much of a recommendation, is it? Well, he's a nice bloke. Good on the golf course, but he ain't a great copper. Take it from me, she is that good. She's my one that got away.
What do you mean?
I brought her in 4 times. Last time I was due for retirement, which she knew. I think she slipped up as a favour, a leaving present. Anyhow, I still couldn't get her.
So how did she slip up?
She didn't close down one of her so-called companies. She just let it go dormant. She was calling herself Maria Jameson at that time.
What other names did you have?
Oh, Kate Cook, Shona Taylor, Claire Emanuel, Maria Jameson, and of course Jean Mallory. She stuck to those 5. I imagine she still does. Superstition of hers. Jean Mallory's her real name.
How do you know?
She told me.
You believed her?
She had nothing to gain by lying.
So what happened the last time you arrested her?
I put one of my men in as a client. We got very close, but her brief played the entrapment card. Didn't get anywhere near a court. She never has been.
How do you think she does it?
She's a workaholic. Doesn't make mistakes. And she's wealthy. Always bought the best brief she could.
Was she working alone?
Well, I thought there was someone else, but I never got any evidence. The Stevens, of course.
Who?
Her assistant, Jennifer Stevens.
Assistant? Sidekick, more like.
Yeah, you see how my sergeant keeps me informed?
Oh, sorry, sir. It must have slipped.
What's she like, this Stevens?
I saw her once. Must be in her 60s by now. Dogged, cunning, greedy. Her and Mallory are chalk and cheese, but it obviously works for them.
So, on each occasion, Mallory had a way of avoiding prosecution?
Oh, yeah, she knows the law, chapter and verse, particularly company law, and how to bail out. Fancy a top-up?
No, I'm all right, thanks.
The funny thing is, I liked her. We all did.
She's good-looking, isn't she?
Oh, stunning. I fancied her, of course, but that's not what I mean. She's good company. I liked her.
Yeah, she is also a persistent criminal who's responsible for wrecking many people's lives.
Oh, I agree. Believe me, I didn't let my opinion of her cloud my professionalism. In fact, it was because I liked her that I wanted to get her. But that way, she'd have to stop.
So, does she do it for the money?
No. Maybe to start with, but not now. She's an immensely wealthy woman. She'll never need money.
So why, then?
Because she can. It's a compulsion. She can't help herself. If you're going to catch her, you're going to have to find something she wants.
What, you mean a setup?
Not worth it. Just find something, someone she wants. She'll go for it. Well, look, you're a good-looking bloke, charmer. Forget bullying, it won't work, so you better keep your sergeant here on his leash.
Well, thank you, Ken. You've been a big help.
Hope you do better than I did. Somehow, I think you will.
Why?
You look lucky.
Yeah, well, we'll see ourselves out.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Pissed old fart was infatuated with her.
He had some insightful advice. When did the information on Mallory's assistant come in?
Yesterday morning, sir.
Who did you get it from?
Via the chief's office.
Let's get going.
Hello? What the hell are you doing ringing me on this? How did they get to the office? The cab firm downstairs, what? Rang you? At home, I see. Oh, thank God you weren't there. Close Freiburg and Lomax Peters. Do it by fax. I'll get Barry to take care of Blythe Gallery. Header I know in doesn't matter. OK, you close it then. Is there anything in the office you want? Good, I'll call you. It's me. I need you to close the office permanently. Now, do a sweep on my flat. I'll call you. I need a cab. 259 Fulham Road, top flat, going to Waterloo International. Can you come now? Thanks. ID cards, passports. Well, hello, Claire Emmanuel. I haven't seen you for a while. Fancy an outing?
Where the hell have you been? Do you realise we found her? This is Mallory's flat.
Sorry, I only just switched the phone on.
What? Oh, never mind. I haven't got time for this. Come on. What have you got, Bob?
Big fat 0. It's completely clean.
You sure?
Definitely. Someone's done a sweep less than an hour ago.
Damn!
Sorry, sir.
What now, sir?
I haven't a clue. I knew she wasn't working alone. Who tipped her off? Check out that cab firm.
Yes, sir. What shall it do about a flat?
Well, there's nothing here. Keep it sealed for now. We need a break. I'll see you in the morning.
Oh, hi. Sorry I had to go. I'll call you tomorrow. Me too.
An open return to Paris, please.
And when would you like to travel?
As soon as possible.
Let me see. There is availability on the 21:15 Eurostar.
Fine.
The gates close in 10 minutes.
Fine, that's fine. Here's my credit card.
Your name?
Claire Emmanuel. Thank you. Come on. Jennifer, I'm ditching this phone switched on. Because if anyone's tracing me, they'll come to a dead end. They're near, I can tell. Claire Emmanuel. Oh, where the hell has it been?
Wait! Excuse me, sorry. Wait! Stop that woman! I'm sorry. Could I just get through there, please? Thank you. Miss! Wait, hey, you there! You dropped your phone in the bin.
Thank you. What a fool.
Didn't you hear me? I've been yelling at you.
I had my headphones on.
Destination Ashford International and Paris. Bienvenue à bord cette Eurostar 21
An American called Cooper's waiting to see you, sir.
Never heard of him.
Wants to talk to you about Mallory.
Right, I'll see him now. Cooper, I'm D.I. Fawkes. You want to talk to me about Jean Mallory?
Damn right I do.
How do you know her?
She tricked me into investing in an art gallery.
The Blythe Gallery?
You know about it?
Yeah, reports are coming in of other investors.
Others? That conniving bitch, if ever I saw her again, I'd...
You'd what, Mr. Cooper? Now take a few deep breaths and tell me what you know.
Mallory got me to invest in Blythe Gallery and a racehorse. I put down a lot of money. I mean, really, a lot.
How much?
Altogether, nearly £1 million.
Yeah, that is a lot.
I thought the businesses looked good, and I wanted to impress her, dumb schmuck that I am.
Did you have a relationship with Miss Mallory?
No, that's the big joke. 1 million and not so much as a kiss. Last week, she vanished. No phone, no office, nothing. Ah, what a jerk I've been.
Yeah, well, you're not the first, Mr. Cooper.
The gallery's a sham. She never owned the building. The money's gone. The damn horse belongs to some Arab. I'm cleaned out. I played it big to her. Pretended I had more than I've got. I've lost every last dime.
So did Mallory deal with the money?
No, Jennifer Stevens did. I've got stuff in writing, but I've had my lawyer. As soon as be my ex-lawyer look it over. It's worthless.
Now, this is Sergeant Williams, Mr. Cooper. So when did you last speak to Mallory?
Last week. We were having dinner, but she cancelled. Now I know why.
Mr. Cooper, would you be prepared to help us catch Mallory?
You're damn right I would.
Right, we know she's in Paris, but my guess is she'll be back. Did you arrange to contact her at all?
I haven't been able to, like I said.
Does she know you realise you've been had?
No, not as far as I know.
Do you think she'd believe you'd still be interested in her?
Perhaps.
The prospect of winning you over again might be just the sort of bait she'd go for.
Another bite of the cherry.
It's difficult to resist, eh, Williams?
Yes, sir.
Well, she certainly thinks there's more money to be had from me.
Right, well, let's try it. Frankly, we've got nothing to lose. I'd like you to make a detailed statement to one of my officers. We'll get her, Mr. Cooper.
Yeah, I hope you're right.
I'm going to see the chief.
I just passed his office. He's out.
Oh. My little key.
Jack.
Miss Mallory, how are you?
Fine. May I sit down?
Oh, of course.
It's a spectacular view from up here.
Not as good as mine.
You'll make me blush. I'm sorry running out on you like that. I had lost everything. My business, my home, my...
Please, don't apologize.
Not the money.
Ah, it doesn't matter. What's money for? So, how have you been?
All right. Under the circumstances. Jack, please let me explain. It's the least...
Not necessary, I told you. Shall we order?
Already? Okay. Is everything all right, Jack? You seem a bit jumpy.
No, everything's fine.
I'm going to the toilet.
You're not going anywhere.
Let go! You're hurting my wrist.
Shut up. You're being followed. I'm here to set you up. Now, either I hand you over to the cops or you give me my money back. Which will it be?
Do I have a choice? Let go of me.
We are gonna walk out slowly, and you are gonna tell me where my money is. If you make one false move, I will shoot you. Got it?
Yes.
Jean Mallory.
Thank God, she's crazy. She pulled a gun on me.
Williams, pick up the gun. Jean Mallory, I'm arresting you on suspicion of fraud. You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned.
She's passed out, sir.
Take her to the office, get her checked over by a doctor. Mr. Cooper... Where's Cooper?
I can't see him.
Right, you two downstairs, close the lobby. Great. Let's get out of here.
Going down.
Well, you got her, sir.
Yeah, this is just the beginning.
First impressions?
Well, she throws a convincing feint.
Yeah. They weren't wrong about her looks.
No, she really is beautiful.
Better not let the missus hear you say that.
Hey? Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. So you sign a Cooper?
No, sir.
She must have slipped away when she fainted.
Search the hotel. Ring me with the doctor's report on Mallory. Hopefully we can make a start tonight.
Sir.
So you realised Blythe wasn't going to work and you simply bailed out?
Yes.
D.I. Fawkes, you've been asking my client the same questions for 2 hours now. It seems clear to me that you don't have any evidence to substantiate your claims.
Well, apart from a witness who has been defrauded of £1 million.
A witness who was infatuated with my client and invented an imaginary relationship with her. I don't think his evidence will amount to much, do you?
Obviously I do, Miss Pugh, or I wouldn't be using his evidence.
In that case, why aren't you producing him?
We will.
I have reason to believe that you won't.
All in good time.
I think you're stalling, Inspector. I think your so-called witness has done a bunk.
Jane, I don't mind answering the inspector's questions.
But you're getting tired.
Right, well, let's take a break. We'll send in some coffee.
Not from that machine, please.
Interview suspended at 21:15. D.I. Fawkes and D.S. Williams leave the room. Aren't you being a bit soft on her, sir?
Ken Restall's advice was charmer, remember? Or maybe you don't know how.
But it isn't getting you anywhere.
Listen, I'm in charge of this investigation. If you don't like it, you know what you can do.
OK, keep your hair on, Guff. Chief was asking me how it was going. Can't lie to him.
You really are a nasty little toe rag, aren't you? You keep chipping away at me, but it's not going to work, Shane.
I don't know what you mean.
Right, here's what I'm going to do. Send you off for a comfy night in the cells, let you sleep in it, and we'll have another chat in the morning.
You have nothing on my client, and yet...
It's fine, Jane. I want to cooperate fully with Inspector Fawkes.
I think that answers your objections, Miss Pugh. Sweet dreams, ladies. Can you identify the person in this photo?
No, Inspector.
Come on, Jean, you can do better than that.
I've never seen her before.
That's not what she says.
Oh?
No, she says she's worked for you for 20-odd years. She thinks you're mean, but as you're both only motivated by money, she would say that, wouldn't she?
Would she?
You deny all knowledge of Jennifer Stevens.
I've never seen that woman before.
Can we move on now, Inspector?
No, I'm not sure we can, if this is the level of seriousness with which your client is engaged in this interview. And she does understand that she could spend a long time in prison.
Where's your evidence?
Somewhere safe, Miss Pugh. Kilcaddy. Never seen him before either.
Have you got a picture?
Of the horse? No, Miss Mallory.
As I told you, I've always fancied myself as an owner. I love the races. One drunken evening I got it into my head that I owned a horse. I boasted to friends. Cooper must have heard the story. The rest is pure fiction.
So you never took him to the racetrack?
No.
You didn't enter the owner's enclosure?
I wish.
Who are your friends?
I don't understand.
Well, boasted to friends, you said. Who are they?
I can give you a list of names, but none of them are involved in my business.
You see, you always have exceptional backup to clear up your mess. I'd say that they are the brains behind your operation. You wouldn't last 5 minutes on your own.
I wish I had that kind of support, but I don't.
Now, there's something of a pattern here. I describe a detailed incident in which you were involved. You say you wish you had been, but weren't. You strike me as the kind of woman who makes her wishes come true.
I'm a businesswoman who takes risks. A lot of the time I end up getting burnt. I've made my share of enemies, whom I'm sure are queuing up to discredit me, but I am not a fraud.
I'll ask again. Where did you meet Jennifer?
I don't know her.
Jean, I know that you do. I admire you for trying to protect her, but you're only damaging Jennifer's case in the long run. It must have taken some organising keeping her away from your so-called clients, but she ran your Peckham office very efficiently. You're going to miss her.
Am I?
D.I. Fawkes, are you intending to take a break at all this morning? My client is tired. She didn't sleep at all.
I'm tired too. I'm tired of your lies, Jean. We can place you at the Peckham office. One of the cab drivers recognised your photo. We've got video footage of Jennifer entering and leaving the building. Well, that surprised you, didn't it? We've been on to you for some time, Jean, and now we've got you.
Have you, Inspector?
In what way got? Where is your evidence? And may I remind you that you are obliged to take a break
Yes,
within
thank you for the lesson in the law. We'll take a break. Jean, I suggest you start trying to remember when and how you met Jennifer Stevens.
I really must protest about the way you've
tell
treated
someone who cares, my sergeant, for instance.
Interview suspended at 11:50. Sir!
What?
Where are we going on this?
We aren't going anywhere.
Sir, I insist you brief me.
You what? So you can go running to the chief?
No!
Get lost, Shane. Getting back to Monica Fitzwilliam, because of you, she has nothing. No jewellery business, no money, no home, no future. Does that bother you, Jean? You see, she struck me as a nice person. Do you like her?
As I told you, I never met her.
Oh, that's right. You didn't meet any of the designers. You know nothing about jewellery. Your only connection to that company was as an investor. What keeps you awake at night?
You're a man of the world, Inspector.
Apart from sex. Although I gather that isn't a regular pastime. You don't like relationships, do you? Sharing, affection, trust, respect. Don't feature high up on your wish list.
Don't they?
No. You don't like people. I suspect you don't like yourself. Is your conscience clear?
Absolutely.
So Restall was right. It's a compulsion. Don't you ever get bored?
I am now.
As am I. Your 24 hours is nearly up, Inspector. Are you going to charge my client or will you release her?
You're good, Jean. But I'm very good. You'll be back. Release her, Williams.
Interview terminated at 1850. The suspect is released without charge.
Goodbye, Inspector.
Well, like you said, sir, you're better than her.
It's a bit late for a show of support.
Whatever.
Damn her!
Mr. Fawkes, what a pleasant surprise. Come in.
Nice flat.
Thank you. I've only just moved in.
I know.
Champagne?
Please. Miles Davis.
Are you a fan?
I dabble. A toast. To freedom.
I'll drink to that.
How do you get away with it?
I thought this was a social call.
It is.
As I hadn't seen you for 9 days.
10, actually.
I'd assumed you'd stop trying to catch me.
No, I'll never do that.
Do we have to talk about work?
Well, who said we were?
You're a very attractive man, Mr. Fawkes.
Thank you.
I can't believe I just said that.
Well, you did. And you meant it.
I've got a lot of money.
That's why I find you attractive.
I could start again. Anywhere in the world. We could.
Whoa. Hold on a moment.
You know you're attracted to me.
Really?
Come on, we're too grown up to play games.
Well, maybe you're right. Hello?
Sir, it's Shane. Can you talk?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've got something on Mallory that will stick.
Right, I'll meet you at the office. We've got a problem.
Jean Mallory, it's the police! Open the door! You have 5 seconds and we'll break it down.
It's had a sweep.
I can't have.
She's gone, sir.
No!
There's nothing here, sir.
Right, get a forensic team down here.
Yes, sir.
And turn that bloody music off!
Sir!
What now, sir?
We'll go back to the office.
You mustn't blame yourself, Gov.
I don't.
Is that the Chief's car?
Morning, Paul.
Sir,
Anything?
nothing. She's done her usual vanishing trick.
How disappointing.
Very.
I told you it'd be hard. Ken Restall was damn good in his day if he couldn't get her. Well, keep trying.
I'll get her, sir.
I'm sure you will. Oh, are you still all right for Saturday?
Yeah, I've been practicing my swing.
Good.
I didn't know you and the Chief were, well...
No, you didn't. You told him I'm infatuated with Mallory and I'm not conducting an efficient inquiry.
I didn't say anything like...
Aren't you going to answer that?
No, it's just a mate.
It's my wife, isn't it? I know you're screwing her. I don't mind, it saves me the bother.
I don't know what to... sir, I'm sorry. I'll resign. I'll hand in my notice.
I won't accept it. I intend to enjoy having you on my team. See you back at the office. Hello, DI Fawkes. Thought the music was a nice touch. A couple of long months. Yeah. Bye.
In Fraud, D.I. Fawkes was played by Philip Glenister and Jean Mallory by Angela Winter. D.S. Williams was played by Ken Bradshaw, Jack Cooper by Toby Haydoke, and Jennifer Stevens and Diane by Christine Brennan. Mr. Rodriguez and Ken Restle were played by Russell Dixon. All other parts were played by members of the cast. Fraud was written by Caroline Gorn and directed in Manchester by Polly Thomas.
Raven Black is set in Shetland, an archipelago off the coast of Scotland. The novel opens with the death of a 16-year-old schoolgirl named Catherine Ross, whose body was discovered in a field on New Year's Day by Fran Hunter, an English artist staying in Shetland. Local police inspector, Jimmy Perez, leads the investigation into the death. Perez is directed in the investigation by a team of detectives from Inverness, led by Detective Inspector Roy Taylor. Initial suspicion is aimed at Magnus Tate, a mentally challenged man living in the vicinity.
Come on. Come on.
Emergency services. Which service do you require? Hello?
The Ravens. The Ravens.
Winter lies on the ground. A white blanket covers Shetland. The young girl from away asked about my raven. Magnus, is it not cruel, she said. I told her it wasn't. They like to be pets. She was like a beautiful bird herself. Catherine. Her hair raven black.
Look at him, like a big bear. Come on, Sally! He's gorgeous. He's wearing gold. I wonder if it's real. These fishermen are loaded. He's got his own boat and everything. You want to retain your dignity, don't you? Well, sort of. But a little New Year kiss wouldn't hurt. Hi, Robert. Oh, Sally.
The roads are murder.
I like the way the headlights bounce off the white.
You ever been to a party at the house, Sally?
No, they're famous, aren't they? Lots of carrying on.
You said it. How about you, Catherine?
Stop here. This is where Sally and me get out. Unless you want to give us a lift down to the schoolhouse.
The road's not gritted that far. Oh, come with me. Come to the party.
No, we can't. Sally's supposed to have been at my house. She wasn't allowed into town. If we're not back soon, her parents will come looking. I better go with little Miss Sunshine.
See you at Boots. Gorgeous.
Oh, we could have given us a lift. Still, it was a good night. You got your snog, at least? No. Oh! Slippery for high heels. Watch out! Don't fall.
What? Wait a minute. Happy New Year, girls. Go in.
Happy New Year, Magnus. I hope we didn't wake you.
No. Sit down, miss. You'll take a drink with me to see in the new year. You're Sally Henry.
That's me.
And what did they call you? You live down the brae.
I'm Catherine Ross.
Let me get you a drink then. Drop a whiskey for the new year. You're no local, Cat.
I am.
But you're English.
I've lived here for a year.
And you're French.
Of course we are. Best friends. I bet you know a lot about the place, Magnus. Lots of stories.
Yes.
I'm doing a school project. And could I interview you?
Interviewing, is it?
What? You've got a pet raven? I didn't know they made pets.
There's always been ravens on the land here, ever since I was a pretty boy. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.
Mrs. Fran Hunter. My name's Inspector Perez.
Hello.
I was friends with your ex-husband in school.
I came back. I couldn't leave her with the birds. They were pecking. Poor Catherine. Her red scarf. It looked like blood.
Come and sit in the car.
I'm not cold. Shouldn't you look at the body?
Not until the crime scene investigator arrives from Inverness. They're the experts.
We're always waiting for people from Inverness. Like we can't be trusted to look after ourselves.
They have more experience of serious crime than we do.
Has someone told Ewan?
That's the girl's father.
Yes, Ewan Ross. He's a teacher.
I'll do that. Did you know her?
She looked after my daughter, Cassie, sometimes when I went out.
What age was she?
Catherine was 16, nearly 17.
When did you last see her?
Talked to her 4 days ago, New Year's Eve, in the afternoon.
How did she seem?
Well, as animated as I'd known her. She said she was going into Lerwick with her friend that evening to see a New Year.
Which friend?
She didn't say, but I presumed it would be Sally Henry. They seemed to knock around together.
And that was the last time you saw her?
To speak to, yes. But I did see her yesterday. She got off the lunchtime bus. She went into Magnus Tate's house, the strange old guy who lives in Hill Head.
You saw this?
Yes. Everyone sees everything here, Inspector. You must know that.
Mr. Magnus Tate.
Aye. Policeman?
My name's Inspector Perez.
Perez? Sounds foreign. Where's the fate?
I'm from Fair Isle.
The Spanish Armada, maybe?
Something like that. Shipwrecked. Married a local lass.
They're shipwrecked in the Great Storm.
Can I come in?
Aye, come away in. Sit down. Sit down.
Did you teach it to do that?
They're clever birds.
There's been a date. A young girl.
Catherine.
How did you know she was dead, Magnus?
I saw the ravens and wondered what had disturbed them.
Why didn't you tell the police?
There's no phone in the house. She was already dead. I couldn't have saved her.
One of your neighbours would have a phone.
They don't speak to me.
How long have you lived here on your own, Magnus?
Since my mother died, Agnes died too.
Who was Agnes?
My sister. She caught the whooping cough. It was more bad than anybody realised. She was dead.
When was the last time you saw Catherine Ross?
Yesterday. She'd been to a party the night before, she said. She came into the house for tea. She wanted to take my photo for a project.
And had she been in the house before?
A few days ago, Hogmanay, Catherine and Sally, they first footed.
But yesterday, Catherine was on her own.
Yes. She took some cake.
Did you see her go into her house in the Bray? Nothing wrong with watching a pretty young girl. You must spend a lot of time looking at the view.
I saw her go in. Would you lick some tea? The pot's no long on.
No. 8 years ago, a girl went missing. She was younger than Catherine, but not that much younger. She lived in that very same house. Katrina Bruce, she was called. Blonde hair, blue eyes. Did you know her, Magnus? You did know her, didn't you, Magnus? She came to visit you for tea, too. Like Catherine.
She was never found. Katrina Bruce was never found.
Sorry, my hands are tied, Mr. Ross.
I'm very angry about this. I want to see her.
I understand. It's very upsetting.
No, you don't. No, you don't. You've never lost a child.
If I were you, I would not make presumptions.
I apologize.
I'm afraid we're still working the scene.
I can't believe it. Not until I've seen her. I was with my wife when she died, and this is too much. To lose both of them.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ross.
How did Catherine die?
We believe she was murdered.
Who would want to kill her?
We're hoping you'll have the information to help us discover that. There isn't anyone who immediately comes to mind. A boyfriend who's recently been dumped. Anyone who might be jealous, angry.
She didn't really confide in me, Inspector. She's a teenager. Ever since we moved up here, I thought it would be a new start. Instead, she was...
You'll be able to give me the names of her friends. They'll be able to help.
Well, I'm not sure that Catherine was very close to anybody. She didn't need people.
Did she not hang around with Sally Henry?
Yes. Yes, she did.
Can you tell me your whereabouts on the night of your daughter's murder?
Oh, you bloody idiot.
Excuse me?
Why don't you do your job and look for the real murderer? When are the real policemen coming? I don't want some Shetland PC plot on this case.
Calm down, Mr. Ross. I mean that. Mrs. Hunter, I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Call me Fran.
Fran.
Cassie's upstairs. I've put on a video for her.
I just wanted to see how you were. I'm sure it was a terrible shock.
Yes. Awful. You said you knew Duncan.
We were friends in school. We haven't really been in touch for a long time.
Something happened?
No, just that's how it goes.
You're not from here, are you? Sorry, I just wanted to say it to someone else for a change.
Fair Isle. You're not from here either.
No, I was a photographer. Came here to do an article for a magazine. I met Duncan. Then Cassie came along. A little surprise, I'll admit. Then Duncan, well, I'm sure you know what he's like. I was like a commoner marrying into the royal family up here. He played around. He had this long-running thing with the Black Widow, Celia Isbister. I left after we divorced, went south, but I kept feeling this pull. And I wanted Cassie to know her dad. All sorts of reasons.
Good place to raise children.
Yes, but I just like it, you know? Kids yourself?
No, separated. My ex, Jackie, moved back to Aberdeen.
Sorry.
I sometimes have this fantasy, you know, back in Fair Isle, craft, few kids. It'd be all right. But, you know,
wouldn't you miss it? Working, police work.
I could get a job doing the mail run. To keep my mum happy, at least.
It's nice to talk to someone. People are pretty private here.
It comes from knowing you're going to be living beside them all your life.
The snow soft, the hill is quiet, like a ghost of itself. The people down below don't look so important now. In their big pool of light, noisy generator. Darkness. Only way I can get outside now, without folk looking at me. The hill is like a hill of sugar. Looks like the sweeties my mother used to make. Dried coconut, sugar, condensed milk. My mother, the chair by the fire, the belt filled with horsehair around her waist, and that needle stuck into it, the other flying. Scissors. Fancy Fair Isle bathrooms. Will it keep thee any warmer, Magnus? Eh? She told me not to go near the house with the tourists in it, the bruisers. I didn't want to scare them. I just wanted to see what she was drawing. She was pretty. Round little cheeks and golden colours. The devil makes work for idle hands.
It must be a terrible shock, Sally, the news about Catherine.
They were talking about it in the bus on the way home, but I couldn't believe it. Not until I got home and my mum said what happened.
Tell me about Catherine. What was she like?
Oh, well, she seemed sophisticated. She knew about films and plays, different bands, people I'd not heard of. Her mother had died. It made her different from the rest of us.
And people say you were good friends. They say she got on better with you than anyone else.
Oh, she lived just up the bank. We got the bus into town every day. There's no one else ages with me who lives here.
You know, I went to Anderson High. We had to stay in the hostel. I come from Fair Isle and us and the full of kids. We couldn't even get home at the weekends. The lads from Scalloway were always fighting with the Lerrick boys. It wasn't that you didn't make friends from a different group, but you knew where you belonged. There was a lot of bullying.
Were you bullied?
Yes, it was pretty bad. Then I made friends with Duncan and it stopped.
Duncan? Hunter? The businessman?
Yes. He was popular in school.
Well, I'm not so popular. Wasn't. But they all want to speak to me now. There's bullying now as well.
Was Catherine bullied? Did she have a boyfriend?
I don't know.
Someone said you were in town with her on Hogmanay. This is confidential. Your parents will never know what you said.
I went into the market cross and we got a lift back on the quiet. That's all. My parents disapprove of bars.
Well, who gave you the lift?
Robert Isbister. He's...
I know Robert Isbister. I know him well. Hello, Robert. Mind if I sit?
On the cook, is it, Perez?
Aye. How's the fishing going? She's a big boat. You've got to be tied up so much. The wandering spirit.
Why'd you want a job? You'd make in a month what you do in a year than now.
Have you heard about the body they found at the Ravenswick?
Me, the barmaid, said something when I come in.
Catherine Ross, a young lass. You knew her.
I'd seen her about.
A bit young, even for you, Robert.
You're single yourself now, ain't you? Wife shack top down south, I heard.
You gave Catherine a lift home New Year's Eve.
Her and her friend Sally. Trapped them at the Ravenswick turning. Want to breathalyse me?
Where had you seen her?
Parties, bars, you know. And you couldn't help noticing her. She was a looker. How did she die? Hypothermia. Too much drink and passing out in the cold.
Or did she drink a lot?
They all drink too much, don't they, these young lasses? What else is there for them to do in winter?
That wasn't hypothermia. That was murder.
Murder? No doubt it. This is Shetland.
Here comes the cavalry.
You get suited and booted. Quality.
D.I. Taylor. I'm Jimmy Perez.
Hello.
Good trip from Inverness.
Easier getting to the Amazon. So where we at? Good clear scene? The local constable's doing a homebrew CSI.
The scene's a bit of a mess, so I imagine the crime scene investigator has her work cut out.
What'll you do with the body when you're finished with it?
It will go to Annie Gowdy's mortuary. She's the undertaker in Lerwick. We'll keep it there until we can ship it south.
When will that be?
Probably tomorrow evening. We've missed the ferry today. Can't get it on the plane.
Don't the other passengers mind sharing the boats with the body?
They don't know. We use an old transit van. It's kind of anonymous.
I think we should do it gently, Jimmy.
Do what?
Bring Magnus Tate in. I've read the Katrina Bruce notes that he was implicated. Sounded like he'd been roughly handled. Nothing like that this time.
I don't think we should jump to conclusions that Magnus Tate is the killer.
Why?
Catherine Ross was streetwise. She was a strong young woman. Katrina Bruce was a leaving. The two victims were different. There's no connection between them.
Well, if not Tate, who then?
I don't have any theories. I just want to keep an open mind.
Open minds are fine, but I'm not aiming to stay on Shetland for too long, if you get my drift. Out of sight, out of mind.
Excuse me?
It's hardly good for career prospects, is it? Hardly the place to be for a CID officer. Okay, for cats up trees kind of work, I guess.
We don't have any trees.
God, this place. Need a rocket up there. Right. No one's to go near the crime scene until the investigator's done a job. Understood?
Sir? Would you like a cup of tea, Detective Inspector?
You got any chamomile? It's relaxing.
Chamomile bloody tea. It's relaxing. Give him a rocket up his liver. Pudding.
Rain or squally showers, moderate or good, occasionally poor. Daily, cyclonic, becoming northwest, southern to severe.
Hello?
Hi, Mum.
Hello?
I'm sorry I'm phoning so late.
I'll be working for a while yet. You got me message? That Willie and Ellen have finally decided to leave Skerry.
Yes,
They're moving south to be closer to their grandparents. So the croft is free.
Aye.
Well?
I'll have to think about it. There's just so much happening here at the moment with the case and everything.
The dad could likely get thee a job on the mail boat. He's retiring soon himself.
I wasn't planning to end up doing the mail run like that.
Oh, it's a good job, Jimmy. Solid. There's no that many of them here. Can there no be a policeman here?
Well, the Fair Isle Homicide Department isn't recruiting at the moment.
That poor lass. That poor family. Is there spoken to Jackie? She wakens what to do.
Mum, she's with someone else now.
It takes a while to get out of miscarriage.
Mum.
It's a good craft, Jimmy. It'd be a shame if they were named Mayor Paris on Fair Isle.
Why? Where are you going?
Well, I'll not be around forever.
Oh, Mum.
We'll here think about it, Jimmy. Sleep on it, eh?
Aye.
Morning, Fran.
Duncan, been partying again? You look exhausted.
I'm all right.
Where's Cassie?
She's round the corner, playing in the rock pools.
You don't think it might be good to keep her in sight?
What's going to happen on the beach? She needs to stand on her own 2 feet.
Duncan, she's 5 years old.
She was drawing pictures of Catherine, dead. I was distracting her.
God.
Pretty shocking, eh? It's like when Katrina Bruce disappeared. The whole community holding its breath, waiting for the nastiness to go away so they can get back to real life.
Katrina was never found.
Why don't you come and stay here at the half for a bit? Both of you. School's not so far. The house is big enough. Just until it's over. I'm not sure about you both living alone so close to Magnus Tate.
Well, what would Lady Celia Isbister make of that?
She's not coming back.
What was it? One bright young thing too many? I'm sure Celia will turn up again. Bad penny. Just like the old days.
I've met the girl that was murdered, Catherine. She came here.
What was Catherine Ross doing at the heart?
She came to a party the night before she died. You know what it's like. Open house.
And you talked to her?
She talked about films. She said that was her ambition. To be the first major female British film director. They've got such confidence at that age.
Did Catherine spend the night here?
Probably. Most of the guests did. But not with me, if that's what you're thinking. She was only a lass.
It didn't stop you in the past.
That's a bit below the belt.
Well, you have to tell the police. They're trying to trace her movement.
What would be the point? I'd only have Jimmy Perez sneaking around like the Vichy informer he is. I'd rather not.
Was she with anyone?
Don't think so. Although, she was talking to Robert a lot. He seemed upset with her.
You have to tell the police.
Nah.
Oh, always the carefree playboy, Duncan. Don't you worry about anyone else.
I could probably buy another boat with what I've put into that fruit machine.
I can't stay long, Robert.
We'll finish this drink, and I'll give you a lift home. You'll still be back before the school bus.
All the 6th years were queuing up to talk to the policeman, all wanting to be part of the drama. Lisa Big Boobs wanting to know everything. They didn't like her when she was alive, but now it's all crying and stuff. They're all being so friendly to me. Hypocrites.
You don't know how she was killed?
No one's saying?
Everyone's saying Magnus Tate did it. Did Perez say anything?
Nothing about that.
Did she have a boyfriend?
Not that I knew.
Did she tell you where she was the night before she died?
How could she? I didn't see it that day.
Right.
You've got lots of questions, Detective Isbister.
Well, it's not as if we get many murders in Shetland. Strange to think we could know a murderer.
Oh, I should go. Are you okay to drive? My mother will expect me back.
Sure, no problem.
That should do it. That'll keep them from looking in the windows. Photographers. policeman talking my boots. How am I supposed to go anywhere without me boots? It's no right. Ungainly, slow. Your sister Agnes is younger than you, and she doesn't break everything she touches. She's no a big clumsy fool. Why can't you be more like her, eh? I try to remember Agnes. Peeling tatties, baking, milking, skipping. Had Piri Katrina licked skipping? Growing up with a television in the house and catalogues, eh? Don't do be a baby, Magnus.
Dennis, forensics back.
Oh, fire away.
Catherine Ross was strangled with the scarf. Time of death, not very helpful, between midnight and 6 a.m. on the 4th of Jan. Besides the constable who was first called to the scene, there are 2 sets of footprints. The investigator's a bit of an expert on boots and shoes, apparently.
Like Sherlock Holmes.
Well, one set belongs to Mrs. Fran Hunter. The second set belongs to Magnus Tate. Fran Hunter's set of footprints is laid on top of Magnus Tate's. The examiner's quite clear on that. Magnus Tate was on the scene before anybody else.
Tate told us that anyway, that he was at the scene.
You got any theories?
I think Catherine walked in with whoever killed her. Knew them. Was comfortable with them. Perhaps. Then it snowed and the footprints were covered up. There was a heavy squall at about midnight. Must have been sudden and unexpected, or someone strong. She'd have struggled, and there's no scratch marks on Tate's face.
A boyfriend, then, perhaps?
Maybe.
How about her English teacher? The one who fancied her, that got around to his flat to talk about literature, dirty little sod.
He's got an alibi.
Her father?
Wasn't he in Lerwick all evening? And what would be the motive?
I don't know, but we've checked with his colleagues, and he's a bit out with his timings, so he's not in the clear yet.
I know where Catherine was the night before. That might help.
Why didn't you say so before, man? Where?
At the Ha. One of Duncan Hunter's parties.
Is this supposed to mean something to me?
Duncan's a sort of local playboy. Businessman. Family made a lot of money when the oil came, renting out land for the pipeline. He throws famous parties. His ex-wife, Fran Hunter, told me.
The woman who found the body. He didn't come forward with this.
Yeah, he's the sort who thinks rules are for other people. Let me speak to him first. I used to know him. We were at school together. Any trace of recent sexual activity?
No, nothing like that. She was a virgin. I want you to take Magnus Tate in. I know what you think, but I'm getting a lot of pressure from on high. This case is being followed closely, shall we say. It's better if you do it, being local and all that.
Can we do it quietly?
Yes.
I'll do it after I call on Duncan.
All right. Where's the fire? Jimmy Perez. For God's sake, man, what do you want?
Duncan, it's business. Police business. Can I come in?
Be my guest.
You look like a dog slept on your face. No, Celia?
She left.
I thought she was besotted.
So did I. I should have made it work with Fran. Celia was just a standing order, you know. It's my love life police business now, is it?
Catherine Ross. How well did you ken her?
Fran told you, didn't she? You know what it's like here at my parties. The door's open, people wander in.
Was she with anyone? A boyfriend?
No. She disappeared for a while with Robert Isbister, though. But she's got more class than to get involved with him. Had.
What did you speak to her about?
Films. She was a film freak. She even had a camcorder with her.
She was filming the party?
I don't know. Maybe. Now you have to go. I need to shower and change. I'm taking the afternoon flight south for work. Big deals.
When will you be back?
Tomorrow evening.
Don't worry. I'm not planning on running away.
Shush, Bert. Officer, you look tired.
I am.
Come in and warm yourself through. You'll be chilled out there on the hill, all right.
I'd like you to come into the station, Magnus.
Are we in a rush? Will we make some tea? Let me just clear up.
What's that you've got, Magnus?
Nothing.
Show me.
I was just doing some tidying.
Ribbons? What would you be doing with the ribbons?
They belong to Katrina Bruce.
Magnus, tell me what you just said there again.
The ribbons. They belong to Katrina. I like to look at them sometimes. I took them from her. I thought her hair was prettier loose. Finer that way, I thought. I don't like the police station.
They won't hurt you. I'll be there and I won't let anyone hurt you.
Will I be coming back?
I don't know. Perhaps not for a while.
Well, feed the raven. If no one will care for it, you must kill it. The best way is to hit its head against the wall. You can't let it starve in its cage. And if you release it, it will starve. It has no way of finding food. Will you do that? Look after it?
Yes. I'll do that.
So this is the Wandering Spirit.
Aye.
Oh, it's very grand. Very big. Fridges and everything.
This is where the crew sit when they're not working. Do you want a small beer?
Why not?
When do you have to go back?
I told my parents I was staying with friends tonight, that I need to do something to take my mind off things.
Nice one. So there's no hurry. You said you had some news for me?
Magnus Tate's been arrested.
That's a relief.
The Fair Isle policeman came to his house earlier.
Well, that's that then.
Did you fancy Catherine?
No. Honestly. I wouldn't have wished that death on her, but I thought she was a stuck-up cow. All that stuff about films and art, all that talking. She wouldn't shut up sometimes.
Will you take me to one of the parties at the Ha one day?
I didn't take her. She was there. We were chatting, that was all.
But will you take me?
Aye. Why not?
Oh, it's warm in here.
Come and sit beside me.
Have you had a lot of girlfriends?
That'd be ungentlemanly to say.
Do you think we'll see each other again? Like, steady?
I hope so. Dafty.
I'm not a dafty. You're the dafty wearing your Viking costume tomorrow.
You can't say that. My dad's the Geyser Jarl.
Well, maybe you'll be the Geyser Jarl one day, leading the procession. The king of Uphelia.
Maybe. Maybe. I'd love that. Come closer.
Paris, you look terrible.
How are you, Mr. Ross?
As you'd expect. You got my phone call earlier.
Yes. I wanted to let you know that Mr. Tate has been taken into custody.
Really? On what charge?
He's being questioned in connection with the disappearance of Katrina Bruce and also your daughter's death.
Do you have proof that Tate killed my daughter?
Not yet.
You asked me to look for Catherine's camcorder, the notes on her film.
I did. We might get a better idea of her movements before she died. You've found something then?
Catherine was very driven. Talented, committed, fearless. Perhaps because she was an only child, she didn't find it easy to make friends of her own age. She was too honest, too direct. The film she was making, it was a kind of documentary about Shetland. The place and its people. It was supposed to be for a school project, but she wanted to go much further with it. It wouldn't just be about the beautiful landscape, the harsh environment. She wanted to show how people are the same wherever they live. The darker side. The human.
And did she have a chance to finish the film?
That's what I wanted to tell you. The camcorder's disappeared, but the backup disc has gone too. It's been stolen. It's not on the hard drive either, I've checked.
Are you sure?
Catherine was an obsessive, Inspector. She'd put hundreds of hours of work into it. Nobody was even allowed into her bedroom. She kept the discs in a rack by the computer. The Shetland film is definitely missing. Do you think Magnus Tate would know much about hard drives, Inspector Paris?
Make night tonight, eh, Sally? Up hill ya?
Are you going out with Fran?
Excuse me?
It's just you visit her quite a lot.
It's my job. How's the fish and chips?
Not bad.
Seems like the best place to eat them. Watching the fishing boats. I used to like coming here when I was in school.
I thought it was all over. I thought Magnus Tate was in prison.
Well, I just had a few more questions.
Right.
You must miss her. Catherine.
Everyone says that. I wasn't, like, in her pocket or anything. She was a bit intense for me.
In what way?
Well, she questioned everything people did. Dug around for the meaning behind it. At first I was impressed by that. After a bit it gets tedious.
Is that what the film she was making was about? Digging around?
I like throwing chips to seagulls. You wouldn't think they'd like chips.
Sally, a film.
It was like her commentary on us, on Shetland.
Did she show any of it to you?
Bits.
Such as?
She filmed these two lads in the house room. That's the common room in the school.
I know. I went there, don't forget.
There were two lads telling racist jokes. She said something like, we should send this to the tourist board, show people how welcoming you really are.
We can't find the camera or the disc. Do you know where it might be?
No idea. Can I go now? I wanted to see Robert before the procession.
Robert? Is Mister?
We're kind of seeing each other.
Well, you take care of yourself, Sally.
Jimmy!
Hi, Fran. Hello, Cassie.
She's too excited to stand still. She's too engrossed in the Vikings. And the men dressed as babies. Oh, look! It's the guys at Jarl.
Are you going to any of the dances in the halls afterwards?
Probably not. I couldn't get a babysitter. How about you?
Well, we'll see with the right text, mate.
Oh, I'd better run after Cassie. See you later.
See you later.
Cassie, come back here. What did I say?
Hello, Fran.
Hi, Ewan.
I was just waiting for that Perez to go. He's always sneaking around.
He's just enjoying up Heliar like everyone else.
It's rather fun, isn't it? I know it's a Victorian invention. Brings people together, I suppose. I hope Catherine would have recognised that in her film.
You coming to see the galley being burned?
Oh, of course. But don't wait for me. I'll get there in my own time. I'll see you later.
Oh, look, Cassie. That looks like... Is that your dad? Cassie? Cassie! 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 Where are you? Cassie!
Magnus, you go visit her. You don't have to see him if you don't want to.
Is that the Fair Isle policeman?
It is.
The Spaniard? I'll see him. Oh, yes, why not?
You don't want your lawyer here?
No, I don't like yon lawyer many.
You know Mrs. Hunter's daughter, Cassie. Did you hear what I said, Magnus?
Yeah, she's a bonny pretty thing.
And she's missing. Do you know where she could be? Do you have any ideas?
No.
I need you to tell me about Katrina. What happened to Katrina Bruce, Magnus? If you tell us what happened, it might help us to find Cassie.
I promised.
Who did you make the promise to?
My mother.
She's dead, Magnus. She'll never know. She loved children. She'd want you to help Cassie.
She loved Agnes, my sister. I'm no sure she loved me.
Tell me what happened that day, when Katrina ran up the hill. It was the school holidays, wasn't it?
I was working in the field. There was nothing wrong with taking a break and talking to the girl.
No? If that's all you did.
She was full of mischief that day. Could it be the wind? I was in the kitchen then. My mother was nothing. I could tell she didn't want Katrina there. She'd had a bad night and she just wanted to sit and knit in peace.
But you wanted to see the child?
I liked to see her. I gave her a glass of milk and a biscuit. But she wouldn't settle. She was all over the place, opening drawers, looking into cupboards. I suppose she was bored. She said she was bored.
So she left? Magnus?
She didn't leave. She went into my room looking for things to play with. She shouldn't have done that without asking first.
No.
I had some things which belonged to my sister Agnes. My mother had asked me to get rid of them. She didn't want them in the house. But I couldn't bear to. They were in a box. Katrina found them. There wasn't much. A soft toy, a rabbit, and a doll with long hair. That was all Agnes had, not like nowadays.
You didn't want Katrina to play with them because of Agnes?
No. I liked to see her playing with them. I thought she'd laugh at them, but she didn't. She wasn't a bad girl. She just had too much spirit. It was like she was teasing my mother, refusing to give back Agnes's stuff.
Tell me, Magnus.
There was a flash of the scissors, and then she was lying like a little doll on the floor.
Your mother hurt her.
She shouldn't have played with Agnes's toys, Mother said. And then she sat back in that chair and carried on nothing.
What did you do?
There was blood, but no so much wood. I untied her ribbons. I spread out her hair. I carried her up the hill. It was a dark night, no moon, raven black. I could see the flashes of the torches, the men looking for her. And I buried her in the peat bank and covered the spot with loose rocks. The next morning, my mother made the breakfast, as she always did. Then a policeman came. Tell them nothing, she said. Tell them nothing.
Will you show us where the body is, Magnus?
Yes. There was something I didn't tell you. About the girl, Catherine Ross. About the day she died. I saw something.
Who is it?
It's Paris. He's alone.
Oh, Ewan. What if she's dead? I couldn't.
I haven't got anything to tell you. We haven't found her, not yet.
Oh.
I'm sorry, Mr. Ross. I'd like to talk to Miss Hunter alone, you understand?
Yeah, I'll go home. Look, give me a ring if you'd like me to come back. I'll be up.
Do you have any other friends who could come and be here?
Well, Ewan said he'd come back.
No, not Mr. Ross. He's too close to all this. Someone else.
Okay.
Paris?
It's Taylor. There's no sign of Sally at home.
Any idea where she's gone?
Last sighted at the Ha, along with Robert Isbister.
Yeah, I've got to get up there.
You sure it's wise to follow up what Tate said?
I'm sure.
Why did he not say this earlier?
Magnus went through a rough time the last time he was brought into the station. He didn't think anyone would believe him.
Well, it's your call.
Right, you carry on looking. I'll go to the Ha.
Oh, it's cold.
Take my jacket. I just needed some air. It's close inside at the party.
Oh. It's nice being here with you.
Did Catherine tell you what happened the last time we were here?
I don't want to hear.
What was it with her?
Look, I don't care. Not now. Oh, I'm drunk.
My mother was right about her all along.
What do you mean?
She said she was a strange girl, no good.
She was my friend.
She tried to make a fool of me. I couldn't let her get away with that.
You didn't have to. She died.
Trying to get a reaction, trying to catch it all on camera, all so clever. She shouldn't have pushed it. She was always pushing it. Look where it got her.
Robert, you're scaring me.
Robert! I'm looking for Robert Isbister. Is there anybody sober here? Duncan! Duncan!
Jimmy, any news?
Have you seen Sally Henry and Robert?
What have they got to do with anything?
But I'll explain later.
His van was at the back. Let's go.
Which one is his?
That white one there.
Robert! Are you in there?
It's her. Oh, Cassie, come here, darling. Oh, come here.
She filmed me, you know? Filmed me.
Oh, she filmed everyone.
She filmed me hitting her that night. She got me so wound up that I ended up hitting her. Slapped her across the face so there was a red mark. That's what she wanted. Made good film, that's what she said. She had her camera set up on a tripod and provoked me so I forgot it was there. Like I was some performance seal. Did you hear me?
Are you going to hit me?
No. No, of course not.
Anyway, I saw it on her film.
She showed it to you.
Robert, walk away from her.
Perez.
Robert, you heard what I said.
Don't boss me about.
Do what I say.
I don't think I will, mate. Sneaking up on couples.
You're in danger. Sally.
You're threatening me now.
I know everything.
Know what?
We found Catherine's keys in your bedroom. You used them to steal Catherine's film. A recent hard drive.
No.
Magnus Tate told us he saw you walk into the field with Catherine, and only you walked out.
He what?
Magnus Tate's a liar.
We found Cassie in the van.
Cassie was in the back of the van.
Cassie told us she saw you do it that night. She says the moon was so bright she couldn't sleep, and she looked out the window. She remembered what happened later on when she saw you in the same coat. Realised it wasn't a dream. That's why you took her, isn't it?
Leave me alone!
What the?
Put the knife away, Sally.
It was Robert. I did it for him.
She's lying.
I was scared of him. He threatened me. He told me he killed Catherine. And he said if I told anyone, he was going to hit me.
You lying little...
Stay away from me!
Ah! Oh, she cut me. She cut me.
Sally, put down the knife.
She's lost her fight. Stupid wee lassie.
Go to the house, Robert. I'll talk to you later.
What did you call me? What did you call me?
Sally. Take it easy.
She was bullying me. Catherine. I thought she was my friend, and she turned round and going on about Robert, how he was no good, how I was a stupid little girl, how no one in the school liked me. Just wanted her to stop. I pulled her scarf tight. I just wanted her to stop her talking.
Give me the knife, Sally.
I got rid of it.
Good girl.
Robert had nothing to do with it. I thought he'd hear Cassie moving in the back of the van. I put loud music on so he wouldn't. Honest. He didn't have anything to do with it. I wouldn't have hurt her. I just wanted to talk to her. Catherine was right. He is no good.
Hello?
Hello, Jimmy. In here.
I just wanted to see how Cassie was doing.
She's asleep. The doctor says she just has a few bruises from being banged around in the back of the van.
What I told you earlier about the case, it would be good if you didn't mention it to anyone else.
My lips are sealed.
It's just... I thought you deserved to know what happened.
I appreciate that. To think I asked Sally to babysit Cassie. Is that all the mainlanders away?
Aye. Taylor went on the morning flight, thank goodness.
They don't hang about.
Oh, no. You can't hang about when you're on the greasy pole. And have his own TV series next. I hear that yourself and Ewan might be an item.
What? Oh, that's the jungle drums for you. No, we're not. We're definitely not.
Oh. Good.
Good.
What I mean is, well, I'll be careful what gossip I listen to.
What are your own plans, then?
Don't know. I haven't had time to think since all this started.
It'd be a big change if you left the mainland.
Oh, that... aye.
Come round another time, if you like, for your tea.
I will.
You've got my number.
Well, if that wouldn't put you out.
It wouldn't, Jimmy. It wouldn't.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Beautiful.
Hello?
Hi, Mum. It's Jimmy. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Oh, it's windy. What is do?
I'm on the headland near Ravenswick. I'm taking a walk.
Oh, be careful now, Jimmy. Mind under the edge of the cliff might be hitting the wire.
We solved the case.
Oh, that is good. That's awful clever. Well, do get some time off now.
There's still plenty work to do. I've been thinking a lot.
Oh, it's that windy, Jimmy. I can hardly hear thee.
I'm looking at the sea, Mum. It's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
In Raven Black, Jimmy Perez was played by Grant O'Rourke, Duncan by Kenny Blythe, Catherine by Melody Grove, Robert by John Keelty, D.I. Taylor by Robin Lang, Ewan by Greg Powry, Magnus by John Shedden, Fran by Rosalind Sidney, Sally by Claire Yule, Annie Perez by Sandra Vaux. Raven Black was written by Anne Cleeves and dramatised by Ian Finlay MacLeod. It was directed in Glasgow by Kirstine Cameron.
The Lady Killers, Mrs. Wilberforce is a sweet and eccentric old widow who lives alone with her raucous parrots in a gradually subsiding lopsided house, built over the entrance to a railway tunnel in King's Cross, London. With nothing to occupy her time and an active imagination, she is a frequent visitor to the local police station, where she reports fanciful suspicions regarding neighborhood activities. Having led wild goose chases in the past, she is humored by the officers there who give her reports no credence whatsoever.
Good morning, Mr. Ferris.
Good morning, Mum.
Lovely haddock you've got there.
Shall I save you one?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly.
Sergeant!
Yes, Constable. What do you spy?
It's Mrs. Wilberforce.
What?
And closing fast.
Oh, why is it always me?
Good morning, Sergeant.
Mrs. Wilberforce.
Sergeant, it's about my friend Amelia and her spaceship.
Spaceship?
Thank you, Constable.
The one she saw in her garden last Wednesday afternoon.
She's, seen it again?
Sergeant, she never saw it in the first place.
Oh, I'm very relieved to hear that.
Amelia had her wireless on and they were doing a little play. Visitors from another world or something. And the silly girl just dropped off to sleep and dreamt the whole thing. I do hope all sorts of official wheels haven't been set in motion, Sergeant.
Oh, don't you worry about wheels, Mum.
If there are any beings on other worlds, I can't think why they would want to come to our world.
Now you come to mention it.
Oh, we seem so terribly overcrowded already, don't we? Goodbye, Sergeant. Constable?
Mrs. Wilberforce, your umbrella.
Oh, I'm always leaving it. The truth is, I don't like it very much, really. Perhaps that's the reason. Goodbye. Oh, dear, whichever one is it? Oh, yes. Right, there you are. Here we are.
Abandon hope. Where?
Oh, right, my dear. I haven't been gone so very long, have I? Oh, darling, no water.
Mrs. Wilberforce?
Yes?
I understand you have rooms to let. I saw your charming card in the shop window.
Oh, the rooms, yes, yes. Won't you come in, please?
Ah, thank you. My name is Marcus.
How do you do, Mr. Marcus?
Professor Marcus.
Ah, how do you do, Professor? Rooms, yes. Well, now I have two up those stairs and... Oh, I'm sorry. I seem to have a kettle. Yes. Please, come up.
You live here all alone?
Yes. This is the sitting room, and through there, the bedroom. Oh, dear, these rooms do need an airing, don't they? I'm afraid the view is... well...
Most exhilarating. The rooms will suit me Admirably, Mrs. Wilberforce.
Oh.
And I shall move in tomorrow, if that is convenient to you.
Tomorrow? Oh, of course.
Who's that?
Oh, it's only General Gordon. He belonged to my late husband. I had 4.
A husband?
Oh, parrots.
Parrots. Oh, Mrs. Wilberforce. Some friends and I have formed a small musical group. A string quartet, in fact.
Then you're a musician. A professor of music.
No. Merely an amateur, you understand. But we have been looking for somewhere to practice. Would it be agreeable
if you were to practice here? Oh, Professor Marcus, I should be delighted. I've always loved music. Now, just one moment. I have a spare key somewhere here in the sitting room.
Oh. Excellent. I shall be able to let my friends in of an evening. They can come and go without disturbing you.
Oh, here it is. Oh, it wouldn't disturb me in the least. I have very few friends. It'll be very pleasant to have someone in the house again.
Sweet bird.
My little companion, General Gordon.
You are most kind. And if I may say so, you have a very charming house.
Oh.
Such, pretty windows. I always think the windows are the eyes of a house. And didn't someone say the eyes are the windows of the soul?
I don't really know. But it's such a charming thought. I do hope someone expressed it.
Mrs. Wilberforce, au revoir.
Good morning, Professor Marcus.
Till tomorrow.
Oh.
It's all right, Mrs. Wilberforce. I'll answer it. It must be my friend.
Oh, yes, yes.
Good evening, Major Courtney.
What? Oh, yes. Good evening, Professor. I hope I'm not too early.
Not at all, not at all. Mrs. Wilberforce, may I present Major Courtney?
How do you do, Mrs. Wilberforce? I'm honoured.
How do you do?
Come in, gentlemen. Come in. May I introduce Mr. Lawson?
Mr. Lawson?
Aye. And Mr. Robinson.
How do you do?
Yeah, all right, sir.
So you're the cellist, Mr. Lawson?
Hey, the what?
Indeed, he's the cellist. Mrs. Wilberforce knows her music, you see, Mr. Lawson, and can tell by your instrument case.
Oh, yeah, I'm the,
So, there's only Mr. Harvey to come. So I think we might go upstairs, gentlemen.
Indeed, yes. Do excuse me, Mrs. Wilberforce. I'll get by with my...
I'm so sorry, Major.
That's all right. No, I can manage. Thank you, sir.
What's all this about then, Doc?
Not Doc this time, Harry, Professor.
Oh, then.
Take out your instruments and place them ready to hand.
Aye?
Where you can reach it quickly, one round. Oh, Lord.
Good evening, Mr. Harvey. It is Mr. Harvey, isn't it?
What did you say?
Yes, it is, Mr. Harvey. Come in. Come in.
Professor Marcus has told me so much about you.
What have you been...
Upstairs, Mr. Harvey. Great music calls.
Who is she? What did she mean you've told her so much about me?
Are we supposed to make noises with these things?
Not noises, one round. Music.
Eh?
Blimey.
I said, what did she mean?
Not what you think, Louis. Gentlemen, we shall now make music. Let's see. Boccherini's Minuet, I think.
Look, Prof, I don't know one end of this fiddle from the other.
Fortunately, others do.
Oh, clever. Damn clever.
To the bedroom, gentlemen. We have a plan to discuss.
It makes no sense. We should bring out the money ourselves or get a professional.
Make a spectacular getaway, you mean, at 70 miles an hour in the heart of London in broad daylight with all the traffic?
Yeah. Or take it into the railway station.
And send it out by train. You've quite a flair, Louis, for the obvious. Just like any intelligent policeman, and there are going to be plenty of those there, believe me. They'll have the whole area sealed so tight you couldn't...
I shall explain. In detail, in small words, and you will appreciate that Mrs. Wilberforce is not a mere appendage to my plan. She is the very core of it.
That lopsided old... grandma.
Yeah, just like my grandma.
I don't like old ladies. I don't like having them around. I can't stand them.
Your places, please.
One round.
Eh?
Take your position.
Oh, yeah.
Do come in.
I thought perhaps before you all became too absorbed, you and your guests might like a cup of tea.
Oh, you shouldn't have.
Very kind.
You're most kind.
You know, Professor, you didn't tell me the truth about yourself. Or these other gentlemen.
Old ladies, I warned you.
Why, you're not in the least bit like amateurs. You really must be professionals. You're every bit as good.
Oh. Not quite. Though we are rather proud of Mr. Harvey's timbre.
And that pizzicato passage, Mr. Lawson, is quite delightful. May I ask where you studied?
I, didn't really study no place, lady. Just picked it up.
I was so surprised when I heard what you were playing. It brought back something I'd completely forgotten about. My 21st birthday party. My dear father engaged a string quartet to come in and play in the evening. And while they were playing Boccherini, someone came in and said the old queen had passed away.
You really hate
Then everyone went home. And that was the end of my party. All that time ago, in Pangbourne, Boccherini. Oh, look, I've forgotten the sugar, and I won't be a moment.
What old queen?
That's it. I don't care how we do this job, but we leave her out of it.
Hadn't we better discuss it later?
No discussion. I want it settled, here and now.
All right, Louis. I'll put it to the vote. But understand this, no one is indispensable. And certainly not you. Only the plan is essential. The plan. This plan. My plan. Major, a word. If we don't use Mrs. W., if we call in someone else, we'll each have to take a smaller cut, eh?
Yeah, I take your point, yes, completely.
We see eye to eye.
I want her out of it.
2 for her, 1 against. Harry?
Well, I just don't think we can depend on a screwy old dame like that.
It's up to you 1 round, for your fine mind to decide.
I don't,
You're going to leave a decision like this to a thick-eared moron?
I've got a vote too, ain't I? I'm with you, Prof. Mum just got elected.
Bravo! A majority decision to do the intelligent thing. And you accept it, Louis? Or pack your fiddle and play elsewhere?
All right. But you'd better worry about your plan, because her part in it sounds to me like something someone dreamt up in the booby hatch.
What did you say?
Shall I be mother?
Now arriving at platform 1 is the 1-5 from Cambridge.
1 minute and 35 seconds late. 1 minute 35 late. 4 policemen, 2 by bullion van doors, 2 by train. Van doors opened immediately. Train door opened as first cases approach. Picture 2.
He's taking his time, isn't he?
Reconnaissance is the essential part of any campaign. And the the professor, is never surpassed at that.
He says something happens at 3:15. It does, see? Catch me hooking up with an amateur, no chance.
Yeah, see?
Oh, no.
Oh, excuse me, Major Courtney. Would you care for some tea?
I thought perhaps you'd like some tea, Major Courtney.
No, thank you, Mrs. Wilberforce. Please don't bother.
You English and your damn tea.
I like tea.
I could make some cocoa if you prefer.
No, thank you. You're very kind, but thank you. Yes, Mrs. Wilberforce?
So sorry to bother you, Major, but before you start again, would one of you hold General Gordon for me?
I beg your... Oh, the parrot.
I have to give him his medicine, you see. It's very difficult to manage by myself.
Mr. Robinson, would you mind giving Mrs. Wilberforce a hand?
It's a pleasure, Mrs. Wilberforce. Lead me to him. If you 3 gentlemen will excuse me a tick.
Tea, cocoa, mend the plumbing. Give the parrot his medicine. She will be the death of us.
Ow! Ow! Oh, and I'm so sorry. I do apologise.
No, it's all right, Mrs. Wilberforce. No, it's nothing.
I assure you, he's never bitten anyone before.
A fact. Very nice.
I wonder how we're to get him down.
What?
Well, from the top of the cabinet. Oh, you wicked boy!
It's truth. I was only trying to help.
No, Mr. Robinson. Oh, look at that finger. Oh, I'll get a bandage.
Oh, no, don't bother, Mrs. Wilberforce. It's all right.
Swab the deck!
Swab the decks yourself, you filthy-looking toad.
Is there a problem, Mrs. Wilberforce? We heard a cry.
I'm so sorry, Major Courtney, but I'm afraid General Gordon has bitten Mr. Robinson's finger.
Oh, dear.
Now he's on top of the cabinet and refuses to come down.
Mr. Robinson is on top of your cabinet?
Oh, no, Mr. Harvey. General Gordon. Mr. Lawson, you're by far the tallest. Do you think you could try to get him down for us?
For us. For us.
Sure. I'll get him down, Mum.
I feel I'm being such a bother. Yes, I've always been very fond of parrots.
Yeah?
All 4 were at sea for many years with my husband, you see.
Not the only one at sea.
And now there's just General Gordon left. Up there, next to the ship's bell.
You got something I can climb up on, Mum?
Oh, no, ladders were something I could never... Oh, this chair. Though it's rather frail for a man of your...
Don't you worry. I'll get him down. Come here, Birdie.
Repel boners!
Bertie.
It might be better not to hold on to the cabinet. That chair isn't as sound as it...
Look out, Mrs. the Cabinet!
Rev, he's tied my legs, Rev.
Oh, Mr. Lawson, can you help him get out of the chair?
It'd sick, Mrs.
Get me out! Get me out!
Oh.
Can I be of any...
Oh, don't open the door, Major. He mustn't get out.
Oh, my dear.
Oh, please, the kitchen window is open.
What are you doing to that chair, old chap?
Blue water ahead.
Oh, Major.
I'm terribly sorry about opening the... Ah, there he is, at the window. Oh, dear.
It'll be all right. If you just tiptoe and stretch up your hand, but very quietly. He's terribly sensitive.
Here, Polly. General Gordon. Come on, then. Come on.
Sorry about the chair.
And one escaped parrot.
Yes, there he is, perched on top of the roof.
Blimey. Do you have such a thing as a ladder, Mrs. Wilberforce?
I'm afraid not.
Then I don't really see
Hold
how...
on, look. Outside the Professor's window. There's the flat roof.
You're right, dear boy. And from there, you could reach the top section of the roof.
Hang on, what's this you?
Well, I mean, you're...
Look, I'm wounded in the finger, see? Get him yourself.
You really mustn't trouble anymore. It was the last time I just telephoned the police, and they came round with a fire brigade and long ladders and everything.
The police?
No, really, no need for that, Mrs. Wilberforce. We'll manage. Blast that bird. It's gone onto the roof.
I have to work with you, and the three of you can't even catch a parrot.
Yeah, we can reach the roof through this window. Then, along that flat bit.
Oh, no. Louis doesn't chase any parrot. I don't care if he's a field marshal.
Well, actually, he's a general.
What?
Now, come on, I'm not too keen on heights, you know.
Oh, okay. But you help me.
Good morning, Louis. Nice view from the roof. Good morning to you, General. Been taking a spin, have you?
Morning.
Don't nibble my ear. That's a good chap. A delivery for you, madam.
Why, there he is.
Sound as a bell, Mrs. Wilberforce.
Look at that, straight onto her shoulder.
That's nice, that.
Poor darling. He does so dislike taking his medicine. Oh, he's been so upset. I think I'll leave it till tomorrow. Is that all right with you, Mr. Robinson?
Right. Yeah, tomorrow.
Professor, your gentleman's musical practice has been so interrupted. And I believe several are still on my roof. Would you like me to make...
No. Thank you, Mrs. Wilberforce. No tea, thank you. All the same. There are several tricky passages we must really get to grips with before we are at performance pitch.
How tricky, Professor?
Oh, another fortnight should do it nicely. Your assistance would be invaluable, but you are sure it is not inconvenient?
Not at all, Professor. My time is my own.
You're so kind. Naturally, I shall reimburse the taxi fares. It will help me more than you could know in a particularly busy day. Oh, the time. Au revoir, Mrs. Wilberforce. Au revoir.
This all right, Prof?
Perfect. One round, if you'd be so good as to stick this notice firmly to the phone box door.
Out of order.
Bravo.
Professor, this phone box, it's important to your plan later on, right?
That is correct.
Well, if it's out of order,
Don't worry about that one round. The professor will have something up his sleeve.
Right.
All that ox has between his ears is muscle.
And it's muscles you can depend on.
Thank you, Harry. I choose all my men with care.
Me you can count on. Look, he stuck it on upside down.
And now has corrected it.
Sorry.
I think a moment's communion.
Communion? Look, I left all that back.
Gentlemen, I see that we are about to bake a cake.
Baking? What's he on about?
Quiet, it's his way.
A moment at the start of every job, old chap, when he shares his overall vision. The man's a genius.
But now he's a baker.
You know your tasks to the second, but now know my vision. We are about to bake a cake. Louis drives the decoy getaway car, which, at the hit, is the bottom layer of the cake.
Louis drives a cake.
Shh. One round and I are at the top of the cake in our taxi, to which we shall shortly transfer, and between us will be the jam, the bullion van on its way to King's Cross railway station. Our oven is Ulysses Street, with the Major slamming shut the oven door when he releases the handbrake on the... Ready and parked?
Parked and ready, Professor.
On the parked lorry in the conveniently sloping side street. Slam. No in or out. We provide the cake's bottom layer and the top layer, while a certain prosperous factory provides, unwittingly, the jam. My plan is foolproof, and we have generous minutes in which to be culinary. That is my vision, gentlemen. Let us bake.
Bravo, bravo.
Louis, in the decoy car, forget driving gently. Cut in hard, so you're in front of the bullion van just before it enters Ulysses Street. And when you swerve sideways to block the street in front of it, do it suddenly.
You think I've forgotten all this?
Then you will forgive this reminder from a pedantic perfectionist. One round.
Yeah?
Our taxi has to cut in immediately behind the bullion van at the same moment Louis cuts in front.
No problem. I'll just drive it like a taxi.
Very good. Except when we fill the trunk with the money cases and loaded it onto the taxi, you then drive it away as steadily as a hearse.
Got you, Prof. I've done hearses.
Major.
Yeah, I'm ready.
When you release the handbrake on the lorry, it will take 8 seconds before it hits the wall and seals off Ulysses Street behind us.
Yes, I got that.
At the speed Louis will be holding in front, you must release the handbrake as his car passes the end of the side street. Any later, and it could allow any traffic following our taxi to slip through.
I'll be spot on.
When the money becomes ours, Louis, no attention must be drawn to our sedately departing taxi, so you will drive the decoy car away like a bat out of hell.
Your English phrases. What is that supposed to mean?
Like a man with a great deal of stolen money in his possession. Harry, a small detail.
Yeah.
For a British railway porter's uniform, your buttons are a shade bright. Dirt them down a bit, there's a good chance.
I'll see what you mean, yeah.
And I am starting the stopwatch Now, first take.
Once we leave this car, we get the timing right, or we don't.
True, Louis. But think of this clipboard as an examination paper.
Examination? For what?
Let's say who will work for me again.
Oh, good. Yeah, very good. Very good.
Yeah. Ready, gentlemen? And Major to start his walk to lorry. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
See you chaps later.
Tick 2. Ready, Louis?
Let's bake a cake. Oh, ready.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
And good cooking.
And tick.
Tick-tock, eh, Professor?
That's it, Harry. Tick-tock. Ready for your very brief period of employment as a railway porter?
Briefer the better.
Splendid. The token gun, please, Harry.
Yeah.
Thank you. Better do up that top button on the raincoat. Just a touch of uniform still showing.
Right, yeah, right.
And 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Go, cheerio then.
What do you make of that Louis, Professor? Seems, well, edgy to me.
Which is why he'll make a very convincing job of driving the decoy car away. And why he and his cosh can be counted on to persuade the bullion driver to take a short but rather convincing nap.
Don't worry about the driver's mate, Professor. I'll only do a 40 winks job with me fist.
That will do nicely. Now, I think it's time for us to take a taxi. And look, there's one parked conveniently in front of us.
Now, I'm not going to be very long, General Gordon, so you don't worry. Just a small errand of mercy to run for the Professor.
Mercy! Mercy!
Where did I put that umbrella?
How much longer, Professor?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voila. Tick. One round, I see a bullion van in our mirror. If you'd be so good as to engage gear, and as soon as it goes by... Now... Excellent. Cleared in front of Louis. And quite a good gap behind. Good. Right. Ulysses Street coming up. And turn in. And there's the Major already reaching into the lorry's handbrake. Tick. Excellent.
Couple of cars turning in behind us, Prof.
Not to worry. There's a decent gap. And the lorry should be starting to roll. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now. Now. Come on, Major! Now!
Come on. Oh, damn brake. Let go. Oh.
Cars behind closing up, Prof. What do we do?
Lost. Will you give way? Aha!
We shall bake a cake one round. Our oven door is closed. Now fall back just a little. The van will brake sharply when Louis locks them in. 5, 4, 3... Impatient man. Modified tick. And to work. Pull up your mask.
Oh, right.
Oi! Shift that car! We want to get past here!
If you take his mate.
Yeah.
Hey! What are you...
It is very loaded. Out!
Hey! Oh!
Thank you, Louis. Always keen.
Oof! Spot on 40 wins for his mate.
Crowbar.
Here.
Do the bottom hinge first. 1 round. Cutters. Thank you. Cut the grill close to the lock. What's happening back there?
There's a smaller crowd. They're trying to push the lorry clear.
Are they succeeding, Louis?
Not yet, but others are helping. Hey! One of them's a copper.
I see. Nice work, round. Keep it steady. Pass the cases out one at a time.
They're starting to move with the lorry. Someone's looking down this way.
They can't see anything until we drive away. Now open the trunk and place the cases in.
What's going on?
Time to leave, gentlemen. And Louis...
I know. Like your owl out of hell.
Like a bat, Louis, we say, like a bat. King's Cross Station, please, and do mind the luggage.
Like a nurse.
But this facility will be available for passengers joining the train at all other stations beyond that point.
Thank you. Keep the change.
Tar very much.
And 3, 2, 1. Ah, porter. Just this one trunk?
What you are?
Slower, Harry. Remember, you're working for the Great British Railways.
All right.
The train to platform 1 is the 1-5 from Cambridge.
Splendid. See you shortly, Harry. Goodbye.
This the parcels from Cambridge, then? Stick on with the rest, mate.
Look, I'm sorry, Sergeant.
Detective, it's the only way
Detective or not, you can't hold up trains in a mainline station. You could disorganise the entire network. Chaos.
But we're certain they're in here with the money. The getaway car was found abandoned and empty a few minutes ago in Field Street.
Just outside, I know. But I can't stop the trains. Anyway, they could have gone somewhere else.
Not the way we've got the area sealed off.
Telephone still out of order. How convenient. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tick. Major?
Here, Professor.
You have a clear view of the station entrance?
Quite clear.
Splendid. Mrs. W's taxi should be coming into view just about... now.
Here you are, Mum. King's Cross.
Thank you, driver. I wonder if you wouldn't mind waiting a few minutes for me to take me back.
No trouble at all.
Very well. As station master, on your head be it.
Oh, no. But it would be if I stopped the trains. Anything else?
How many pieces of luggage have you booked in the last 10 to 15 minutes?
I wouldn't have a clue. Ask that clerk over there. He'll know.
You! How much luggage have you booked in the last
What's
10
it to you?
Police.
Oh? Coming in or going out?
Going out, dimwit, leaving by train.
All right, keep your hair on.
I wonder if you can help me. I'm looking for I'm here. There's your sign.
Just a tick, lady. Luggage going out, I'll have to check.
It's a trunk. Professor Marcus, who lodges with me, is having a trunk sent up from... where was it? Cambridge.
Madam, I'm on very urgent police business.
He's leaving today, and he's so busy that he asked me...
Of course, lady. Let's see. From Cambridge, name of Marcus.
Oh!
Yeah, here it is. Will you sign for it, please, Mum? That's it. Glad to help. Now let me get a porter for you.
I'm waiting to make a tick, Major.
Tick away. She's coming out now.
And?
And a porter's got our trunk. A taxi's driving away. Trunk safely on board.
To be stopped at the police check, which I assume is now in place, hmm?
Absolutely. Oh, good Lord. No, a policeman's opened the door to have a word with her.
And why shouldn't he? Keep calm, Major. Trust my judgment.
Sorry to bother you, madam, but...
Oh, dear. I know what this is all about.
How could you?
Amelia and that wretched spaceship. I'm so sorry. I explained it all to the sergeant at the station, and he assured me that wheels wouldn't turn, but it seems, oh dear, that they have. What a waste of time. It was the wireless, you see.
That's quite all right. Sorry to have held you up, madam.
Bless Mrs. W. Verify that she's clear, and we'll follow her back to the house at a discreet distance when she passes us.
The taxi's approaching the roundabout. It's going round it, and now it's... Oh no.
Well?
Well,
Major, speak.
The taxi's gone right round the roundabout, and he's coming back.
What?
He's pulled up at the entrance again. She's walking back into the station. It's crawling with police.
What? What is that woman doing?
What is it? What's going on? Give me the phone.
You let go, will you? Major, let go.
What's all this about now? Give us a listen, Louis.
Will you give me that phone?
Hey, what's going on?
These fools, they've broken my line of communication.
Right. There you are, Prof.
Thank you. One round. Major.
Look, she's walking out again. She's getting back into the taxi. She'd forgotten her umbrella.
She could have shopped us all, silly old...
What's you knocking her for? She's got the lolly for us, ain't she?
We're nearly home now, Louis. Nothing can possibly go wrong.
What's she stopped for? And right outside the nick.
Keep calm, everybody.
Blimey, she's marching over to that fruit barrow, waving her bully like a sword.
What's her game now?
Knowing Mrs. W., I fear it may be something to do with that horse eating most of the produce, or more particularly that barrow boy hitting it over the head with a grapefruit.
Stop that at once. What are you doing to that horse?
Get out of it, leave my... It's your horse, missus?
It doesn't matter whose it is. You have no right to treat it like that.
No right! No right! He's had £3 of my best pippins, plus whatever else takes his fancy. Shoo! Get out of it!
Will you leave that horse alone?
Don't prop me with that brolly, missus. Whose horse is it? Clear off, get ya!
Driver, I insist you do something to stop this vicious brute.
Listen, lady, this ain't no business of mine. I shouldn't really have left the cab.
So keep out of it and get this old witch out of here.
You brute!
Ow! Now look you, if you prod me again...
Hey, no, don't you threaten her.
Oh no, all right, my business goes down some nag's gob, is it?
Well, I only said...
This your taxi, is it?
Yeah.
Your business premises, is it? Right.
What do you think you're doing?
What's your dirty
This ruffian has been behaving as streets.
Right, you stay over there. You get back to your cab.
The bogies! I knew it! Let's get out of here!
No, slowly, Harry. Just drive round the corner for a while and then we'll come back.
Older ladies, I hate older ladies!
Where's everybody gone?
I suspect inside to help the police with their inquiries.
How'd they get the horse in?
Prof, tell me I don't see that.
I'm rather afraid you do, Harry. Our trunk of money.
On the front steps of the police station.
It's just sitting there. Couldn't we go and...
No one, I hope, is going to suggest that we steal it. Drive round for a while, Harry. I need to reconsider.
Well, Professor, have you hatched another brilliant plan yet?
Look, Louis.
Stop the car. There's the Major.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness I stopped you in time.
Before what, Major?
Before you went back to the house. I was just approaching it myself a few minutes ago when I saw two policemen leaving it. And Mrs. W. waving them happily goodbye.
Major, two policemen entering a house might well be a matter for our concern. Two policemen being waved from it happily could be quite otherwise.
You English.
Where to now, Professor?
Home, Harry. Home.
Ah, Professor.
Mrs. Wilberforce.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Your last rehearsal here.
Possibly. Possibly. Oh, how did you manage with the little task you were going to help me with?
All done. There it is.
What? But how on earth?
Your trunk, safe and sound.
It's impossible. It's just sitting there.
Well, I'm afraid it was beyond me to carry it upstairs to your room.
You had no problems?
To be honest, a slight one on the way home, but two nice policemen from the station brought it here for me in their car.
Oh, in a police car!
Open the trunk, Harry.
Tell.
And 4 silver nest eggs. Which one first, Major?
Well, I rather fancy the look of that one.
One round. If you were persuaded to become unlocked, please.
Right. Should I lift the lid?
Oh, my God.
Patience. If you'll be so kind, one round.
Cool. What about that?
How about that indeed? Louis, Major, help me transfer the notes to the instrument cases. Harry,
Yeah.
stand by the door in case Mrs. W. decides to leap in with another tray of tea. Well, that seems to be everything. Mrs. Wilberforce, our musical tour awaits.
You know, I was hoping you'd be able to play for my friends. They'll be so disappointed to have missed you by just a few minutes.
Alas,
other performance obligations.
Got to get my cello, Prof. That's all. Upstairs.
I'm so sorry.
Goodbye, Major Courtney, and I wish you good fortune.
Yes, thank you, dear lady. Thank you. Thank you.
Goodbye, madam.
Goodbye, gentlemen.
Come on. The sooner we're clear of that old...
Now then, Louis, she served us very well indeed.
Where is one round?
Bringing down a rather valuable cello case.
Mr. Lawson, when I was listening to your playing of that Andante passage a while ago, I thought it the most sensitive playing I've ever heard.
Sorry. You thought it was good, eh?
Yes. Oh, yes, indeed.
Bye-bye, Mrs. Wilberforce. Thanks for the nice tea and everything.
Not at all. Goodbye.
What's that moron playing at? Why is he just standing by the door?
It's the strap on the case. It's stuck in the door.
We'll ring the bell, Brains. Don't try and pull it out.
Careful, you'll break the case open.
Oh, Mr. Lawson, whatever's happened to your cello case? And what is all
That's it. She's seen the money.
Oh, my God. Everybody out. Get that money quickly.
It's all right, Mrs. Wilberforce. The thing's under control. Shut the door, Major.
But what is all that money?
We must do something. She knows. She saw the money.
Is that the lot?
Yeah, that's it.
Dear Mrs. Wilberforce.
Professor Marcus, I don't understand what is going on.
Of course. May we come in? You're wondering about the money in Mr. Lawson's cello case.
It's very natural, but you sure?
Mr. Lawson sold his butcher's shop in Hammersmith.
That's right, I did.
And he got cash for it because there wasn't time, like a cheque.
I still don't quite understand.
We must get her out of here.
Snatch.
Get her into the car.
Good afternoon, Louisa.
Amelia! Oh, a tea party. Oh, yes, do come in. These are the gentlemen.
You were able to stay to tea after all.
We'll have to take them both. We've got to get away.
Constance, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm so sorry I'm late. Or am I early? Oh, Amelia, you're here.
Let me present these gentlemen. This is Professor Marcus.
Oh, how wonderful.
What do we do? What do we do? Charter a bus?
How do you do?
Leticia, come in.
We're gonna need a double-decker.
Louisa, dear, have you seen the evening papers? Look, there's been a terrible robbery at King's Cross Station. At 1 o'clock this afternoon. The paper says...
Oh, have you a paper? May I see the latest test score, please?
A robbery at King's Cross Station. Why, I was there.
What is the score?
Australia are all out for £60,000.
At 1 o'clock.
I mean 310. Out for 310.
And the police say they can't tell how the money was taken from the station.
Can't they? Ladies, please, do you mind stepping into the drawing room for a few minutes? I have something of a very private nature to say to these gentlemen.
Oh, but I want to talk to Major Gordon.
Just for the moment, Constance, thank you.
Very well. Oh, come along. What's going here?
I'll be right through. Tea's on the table.
Professor Marcus, I take it there's no need for me to look at the newspaper?
Madam.
I thought not. I am shocked by this revelation, shocked and appalled. And I must tell you, all of you...
Oh, Louisa, you've only laid 4 places. Surely these gentlemen are staying to tea.
Yes, in a moment, Constance, please.
We'll bring our own customers.
Well, there's nothing for it. You'll have to come in. But these are some of my oldest friends. They mustn't get the slightest inkling of this disgraceful affair. This is most embarrassing.
Embarrassing. And humiliating.
Simply try for 1 hour to behave like gentlemen.
All right, Mum.
The pianola beautifully, Professor.
Do I? Do I?
I don't believe this is happening.
Right, son.
Always young and fair to me. Yes, my darling, you will be always young and fair to me.
Well, goodbye, ladies. Goodbye. Oh, I thought they'd never go home.
Those cups, please, Major.
You're coming.
It would do no good to take the money back, Mrs. Wilberforce. Nobody wants the money back, you see. This particular shipment of money was insured. Will you dry?
Will I what? Oh, yeah.
So, now the insurance company simply pays to the factory £60,000, and then, in order to recover its money, it puts a farthing on all the premiums, on all the policies for the next year. So, how much harm have we done anybody? 1 farthing's worth, Mrs. Wilberforce.
I never thought of it like that.
Shut up, you fool.
But surely it can't be as simple as all that.
If we tried to take the money back now, it would simply confuse the whole issue.
They wouldn't even take it back.
That's perfectly true.
Oh, but this is quite ridiculous.
And has it occurred to you to wonder why 5 such men as ourselves should have been driven to this?
Well, I did...
There is not one amongst us, alas, who is not burdened with enormous responsibilities to others. Major.
Yes?
Tell her. Tell her your own story.
What? Oh, no.
Please, please. Claude.
Yeah, all right. At this very moment, Mrs. Wilberforce, there is waiting an invalid. A dear, sweet old lady. Not, may heaven bless her, not unlike yourself. Waiting with patient serenity, but with high hope that she has nothing more to fear of unpaid doctor's bills. My mother.
Not the tea towel, Harry.
No, I still don't think it's enough justification.
Madam, how can you be so heartless?
You're a cruel woman.
I'm sorry.
This is getting us nowhere. We must do something.
Quite right, Mr. Harvey. We've got to tell her. Mrs. Wilberforce, I wanted to spare you this, but I'm afraid the police are after you too.
You're as hot as the rest of us, ma'am.
As hot?
Well, if they pick her up, there's no saying what they might do to her.
Pick me up? Would you mind explaining?
Job planned in her house, and she carried the lolly for us.
I know I carried the lolly, but Oh, this is ridiculous. I shall deny any knowledge.
She'll never stand up to it, of course.
The grilling, the rubber hoses.
The rest of her life sewing mailbags.
Mailbags?
And no one to look after General Gordon.
Oh.
If they get us, I'll tell them she planned the job, and I'll tell them she planned the big one.
Oh.
The East Castle Street job.
Oh, dear. What am I going to do?
Check that.
It's a bogey! A bogey? Quick, out the back way.
She's got to answer it. The lights are on. Listen to me, Mrs. Wilberforce. Go to the door. Ask him what he wants.
Yes.
If he asks about me, say I left this afternoon for Manchester.
Manchester?
Don't let him in. He can't come in without a search warrant.
If you don't want to rot in stir for the rest of your life, stay buttoned up.
Buttoned up? Yes. Yes?
Evening, Mrs. Wilberforce.
What do you want?
It's Sergeant MacDonald.
I know who it is. What do you want?
Well, just to let you know, we've sorted out that rumpus, the horse and taxi business. You'll not be wanted.
I won't be wanted.
I won't come in, I'm all wet.
You can't come in. I'm going to bed early. Professor Marcus left this afternoon for Manchester. You can't come in without a search warrant.
Search warrant, Mum?
You haven't got a search warrant, have you?
No, Mum,
Then good night.
What has she done?
Oh dear, don't let him in. Just tell him to buzz off.
You're quite sure you're all right, Mrs. Wilberforce?
Of course. Now will you please buzz off? Is that all right?
Get your instrument cases ready. As soon as he's cleared the street, we'll go. Madam, a piece of advice. Don't go near a police station, any police station, ever again.
Just lie low and stay buttoned up. Understand?
Surely you don't intend to take the money. We must send it back.
Oh, not again.
I agree we must stay low and buttoned up, but it wouldn't be right to keep the money.
Now listen, and with both ears. We've had all we're going to take from you.
No, it isn't any good. I know I carried the lolly for you, but even if they do make me sew mailbags, I would rather go to the police station and give myself up. Now, I really must sit down.
Gentlemen, let us retire to my rooms.
Well, come on. Decide. She could be putting on her coat right now.
It ought to look like an accident.
Who's going to do it?
Oh, no. I simply couldn't. I'd be terrified of muffing it. I mean, say...
Someone experienced.
Why look at me?
You've told us so often that you hate little old ladies.
And why not you? You're the one who masterminded this lunatic mess.
What did you say?
You! If we are going to the police station, Professor, we ought to go now.
Well, we'd sooner not go now, Ma. Not in this rain. It's Mr. Harvey here. He's got a bit of a bad chest.
A what?
A bit of a bad chest.
Oh.
Oh, very well. As soon as the rain stops. But I think in the meantime, I'd better lock these instrument cases away in the bedroom, out of temptation. Would you please bring them through?
Gentlemen.
We should have done it while she was up here.
One round. The bedroom door, if you please. I'm obliged. Now, we'll settle this the old way. Louis, if you cut one of these matches in half.
Choose.
Harry.
Oh, thank God.
One round. That's a long match. One round. It's between you and Louis, Major.
Oh dear. Oh, no. No, I won't. I can't.
Come along, Major. Enough of that.
All right. Louis, put that away. I'll do it. But not down there. Not in front of the parrot.
Oh, say.
You all go down and send her up. Then I'll... yes, I will. Yes.
Don't take too long about it.
Oh, my goodness. I've got to be quick about it.
Mrs. Wilberforce.
Oh, good, you're here. Shall we go? Oh, now, where's my umbrella?
First, Major Courtney would like to speak to you privately, if you don't mind. Upstairs.
But what can he...
I think you'll find he has the solution to all our problems. It won't take a minute.
One moment. Come in.
What is it you wish to see me about?
Madam, listen carefully. They have no intention of letting you take them to the police.
Oh, but Professor Marcus said that...
He was lying. At this very moment, they believe me to be bargaining for your silence.
But that's disgraceful.
These men are criminals, and I, too, am one of them, alas. Yet a spark of decency remains. I was moved, madam, by your appeal. I myself shall go to the police right now. But I shall need your help.
My help?
Stay here, guard the money, give me time to reach the officers of the law, and bring them back with me.
Yes, but...
What's taking him so long?
Be quiet. Major. Major.
Still her.
Be quiet. I'm still talking to Major Courtney. Wait downstairs.
What's he playing at? Let me pass. He's gone.
He's crossed us. The lolly's gone!
What?
He's packed it all into a cello case and scarpered to the window.
I'm going to stay buttoned up.
He must be still on the roof. Harry, cover the backyard. One round, cover the front. Louis, get out of the window after him. Do whatever is necessary.
I have nothing to say.
Oh, my...
Come on down, you old fool!
Go away!
There's no other way down. Slide the case down to me.
No.
Then it's just you and me, Major.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I warn you.
You warn Louis with a chimney pot behind you, and this in front.
No, here's the money. I didn't mean to drop it. Louis!
Well fielded, Harry.
Professor Marcus.
No tea, thank you, Mrs. I mean...
What are you all doing? Where did you get that cello case?
It just fell from up...
I'll have that, Mr. Robinson. I gave Mrs. Wilberforce our word that no attempt will be made to remove the money. Shall we all go in?
Pirate!
Now, please place it in this chest, Professor. It'll be safer down here.
Quite.
And I'll keep the key in my pocket. Whatever's that?
I expect something fell from the roof, Ma.
See what it is, Harry.
Oh, I really must sit down. It's long past my bedtime, and I've had a most exhausting day. The police will be here shortly. Oh, we'll talk about it all this then, shall we?
Well, where's the Major? Still up there?
No, he come down.
Well, bring him in.
He come down with a chimney pot.
Is he hurt?
I shouldn't think he felt a thing.
Go on one round. Choose a match.
No. I've changed my mind. I ain't gonna do it.
What? You're in this just as much as us.
Too late now to have a mind to change one round.
Listen, I took my chances last time we drew, didn't I?
You're being stupid.
OK, I'm stupid, but nobody touches Mrs. W. Nobody.
Maybe one round is right.
What?
Anyway, the first thing to do is to lose the poor old Major. There's a wheelbarrow in the shed one round. Would you mind taking it to the backyard?
What for?
To convey the Major to the bridge at the back. He has a train to catch.
All right.
No one is running out now. That goosehead is...
Unreliable and dangerous, yes. That leaves the three of us. Harry, choose your match.
Right.
Oh, Struth!
Steady the wheelbarrow, Harry. And lift. At least tuck the Major's arms in, Harry. I'll give one round a hand. You stay with Louis to tidy up.
I know.
Come along one round. The Major's train is due. Steady. This is the perfect spot.
What we do now?
The advantage of this bridge one round is that it lies directly over the main line carrying empty trucks day and night. Get the Major onto the parapet. I shall take this ankle. You take that. That's it. Hold it very tight until a train comes and I give you the word.
Shut up, you. Listen, Mum. We're in a tough spot. Don't shout out or nothing. Mum. Blimey, she's in the land of Nod. Where's she got that key? Nice.
Ready to let go?
Can't see a thing in this smoke.
1, 2, 3, go! Bon voyage, Major.
Let's get inside.
No. You better fetch the car. There's no need to go through the house.
You wouldn't be trying to keep me out of there, would you?
Don't be stupid, one round.
Don't call me that! Don't call me... Hey, what are they doing in there?
I assure you...
Harry's done her, but Scarpet with the money.
What? You done her? You done her in?
No. Put me down. It wasn't me. Harry, it was Harry.
Get down the front one round. You'll catch him there.
Which way? No.
You done her! You done Mrs. W!
No, I never.
Louis said you done her!
Listen to me one round. Listen to me. Listen to me. I left her fast asleep. Here, look now. Here, take the money. Eh? No. You put that plank down one round.
See? He strangled her in the chair, then took the money.
I can see that for myself, Louis. You better get out and see...
I said nobody was to do her!
Mr. Lawson. Oh, I fell asleep. Where's Mr. Robinson?
He's outside.
The cello case. It's gone.
Out there too.
Then bring it in immediately.
I thought she was done.
Somebody took the key out of my pocket. I'm very angry.
As you have every right to be, Mrs. Wilberforce. Mr. Robinson will answer for it. Excuse me a moment. Let me have that.
I'll take the cello case, thank you.
Here you are, Mum.
What happened out there?
I thought Harry done her in.
So?
So all right, I made a mistake.
Put him in the barrow.
No. You lose, Harry. I'm staying with Mum.
Now what does your master plan say?
That you and I have a goods delivery to make.
Don't let him drop till I say. Look, I'll make a proposition to you. I'll take care of him if you take care of her. That's a straight 50-50 split, huh?
Oh, no. Let me have one round. You take care of Mrs. W.
If you think I'm... ready, now!
And guess who's next?
Don't shoot one round!
But that's Harry's gun, isn't it?
Didn't reckon he'd be needing it no more.
Shoot him! He got you into this.
Been standing here all the time. Heard you both. Okay, so who looks stupid now, eh?
Shoot him! We'll do a deal!
It's both of you. And now.
The fool had the safety catch on.
I'll take the gun. That knife is more your style.
You know, I don't think so.
Shush now. I think just another 40 winks.
My hand is aching.
One round's a big man. There'll be a train. It was a good plan, you know. The best. Except for the human element. All good plans include the human element, but then no really good plan could include Mrs. Wilberforce. Unless, of course, we had more men. There are only 5 of us.
Take it easy, will you?
But it would take 30 or 40, perhaps, to deal with her. Because we'll never be able to kill her, Louis.
What's the matter with you?
She'll always be with us, forever and ever. Amen.
You're crazy.
You mustn't say things like that, Louis. You mustn't make me angry.
Crazy! Crazy!
Come back! The master plan!
Master plan? With 3 dead bodies?
And soon to be 4, my little Sicilian friend.
Where are you? You can trust me. You mad dog. Where are you hiding?
Over here, Louis.
Look, Professor, we'll do a deal. I know you're in that bush, but I won't shoot. Just come out. We'll go back and split the money.
Wrong again, Louis.
But not for much longer, you old fool. Come on back up, Professor! I know you're stuck under the bridge. This ladder doesn't go to the ground. Louis. Then I come and plug you in your damn nest. Let's stop this stupid game. Where are you?
Thank you, Louis. It seems to sit better in my hand, don't you think? And still 1 bullet left. If my addition is up to scratch?
Look! I was scared. It wasn't you. It was a beautiful plan. Let's settle this.
I intend to. I should imagine, that third wagon along will be yours. Will that suit?
No!
Every good plan must be open to modification, Louis. At least you deserve a wave goodbye. 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 I can't. I can't hold on. I help anyone. Is there? Oh no.
It's true I carried the lolly, but I wasn't really one of the gang, Sergeant.
Sure you wouldn't like a cup of tea, Mum?
Oh, and I admit the caper was planned in my house, but it wasn't I who planned it. And I certainly had nothing to do with the East Castle Street job.
Didn't you, Mum?
I don't even know where East Castle Street is.
Well, in that case, I think...
But I do have all the lolly. Oh, I beg your pardon. I'm so confused. I have all the money back at the house.
And the rest of the gang?
That's the funny thing. They all disappeared during the night.
I didn't have a spaceship, did they?
Thank you, Constable.
Really, Sergeant, you must think my mind is wandering.
No, Mrs. Wilberforce. It's just that, for various reasons, the Force wants you to forget all about the matter. Don't mention it to anyone.
Oh, I see. But you'll send someone for the money.
Well, I think as far as we're concerned, Mum, why don't you just keep it?
Keep the money? Oh, I know it's only a farthing on everybody's policies, but Yes. They said it would only confuse the issue.
Exactly. Now, if you don't mind, I have some other very pressing business to attend to.
Yes. Oh, of course. Well, good morning, Sergeant. Constable. Remarkable, really. Only a farthing.
Mrs. Wilberforce, just one moment.
Oh, dear. I knew this would happen.
You forgot something.
I did?
Oh, yes. Your umbrella.
So I did. Oh, no. No, I never liked it.
For a rainy day?
Good morning, Sergeant. A very good morning.